Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Let's go! Scream 6 trailer out today. Jake's excited, holy crap. We're gonna talk about it here in just a second, but welcome to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome, hello. We like to talk about spoilers here, not spoilers. We like to talk about trailers and fun things regarding the Scream movies. And we just got ourselves a big old nasty trailer today that, in my opinion, speaking of spoilers, I don't really think it's spoiled too much. Like, everyone's so worried about that. And I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. In my opinion, this is a country mile better than the Scream 6 trailer. So your boy was very happy. Just posted a little video about it too. Just kind of breaking down my thoughts, but I want to talk with all of y'all now. So let's talk about this trailer. What do you guys think? Super excited to get into it with y'all. So Henry Cavill is Superman saying, am I the only one who thinks that they spoiled Tara's death? Well, we'll just have to see on March 10th. I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like they're teasing a lot of potential deaths to us right now. A lot of these trailers tend to do that. Go back to the Scream 4 trailer. I mean, they did that with Gale all the way back in 2010, man. JT Spooks is saying this trailer was lit. Yes, it was. Hayden United 2 saying, I feel like Gale is gonna die. Maybe. They're definitely teasing it. They're definitely teasing that. And Tara maybe dying. I don't know, man. Some scary stuff. Shannon saying, what's up, Shannon? Saying, I think Dermot is a killer. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's a cop. He probably has access to, like, addresses. And, oh, yeah, I mean, that's my running theory right now. Dermot Mulroney, lead killer, maybe with a cult of Ghostface. Fingers crossed. Jake can dream. I want to dream. It could be that. I am so bored of saying I hope Gale doesn't die. I hope so. I hope she doesn't either. But I definitely think it's a possibility. I wouldn't rule it out. We're gonna turn the chill music on so we can get to this. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think they're gonna tease it and they're gonna make it seem like she's gonna die the whole movie, but she won't. So that's my running theory right now. Link is saying, I'm really hoping that wasn't Sam. I don't know what you're talking about, my friend. Oh my god, man, I love this. Mouse dies right in the middle of a stream again. Denisha is saying, hey everyone, what's up? Denisha, how's it going? Welcome. Scott's here saying, how's it going? Good day from Australia. Well, welcome, Scott, all the way from Australia, the other side of the world. Holy crap. Welcome, Scott. Welcome. Rick D is here too, saying, I'm too worried about Gale. Me too, but I really don't think they're gonna kill her. That would be crazy. Could you imagine if they did that? Man. L. Cade saying, hey, Killjoy, Jake here. Instead of having friends, I have horror movies. That's the thing. That's the thing I say. Holy crap, nice. Howard Winston saying, what up? What up, Howard? How's it going? Hannah BBH saying, there's so many things to say about this masterpiece. Screaming it into the sky. Yes, I'm so excited. So excited. Gabriel saying, who do we think is surviving and dying? You know, I'm going to be honest. I think Gale's surviving. I think Tara's a goner. That's my running theory right now. Hot take maybe, but just my thoughts. We'll talk about it more in a sec here. Casey McKenna saying it looks incredible. Oh my god, stoked. Nice. Oh, I'm stoked. You're stoked, Casey. Nice. Good stuff. That sounded scary. A Killjoy cult member. So thank you for that support. I appreciate that. Saying the trailer was insane. The aged mask is in the main mask in the trailer. Yes, it is. Then I counted 3 standing in the subway, 1 sitting, where I think Mindy is the one to spot them. So maybe 5 Ghostface masks. I wonder if everybody in the subway now, I wonder if all of them are actual ghost faces and not just, you know, people in costumes on Halloween night. I'm actually kind of still like on the fence about that now. I'm like, oh, uh-oh. What's up with that? Are these just people dressing up for Stab? Because don't forget, you know, in-universe movie series, it makes sense. People would be dressing up like that, even though it's, you know, kind of insensitive if you think about it in their universe. People would probably still be dressing up like Ghostface all the time. So it's interesting to think about. I wonder if some of them are just like, oh, these are just people in costumes, and then one of them is the killer essentially, or if all of them are killers. Cult of Ghostface and all that. I don't know. They're doing something different here, though. I'll tell you that much. Godzilla with the Ghostface profile is saying this Ghostface is different. Love it. Nice. Me too. Jason Evans is here saying hello. What's up? How's it going? What's up, Jason? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being a Killjoy cult member. Sarah's here too, also a Killjoy cult member. What's up, Sarah? Welcome to the stream. Hello, everybody. All right, let's, hello, big collective hello to everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let's talk some Scream 6. Yes. Yes. Ronald is saying, perfect day. It's my birthday, and we got the trailer for Scream 6 officially. Nice, Ronald. Congrats. Happy birthday, man. Hope you're having a fun birthday. What better present than that? Getting a trailer for one of the most highly anticipated horror movies out there. Exciting stuff. Do you think they will reference Dewey in the shrine? I'd imagine yes. I was seeing things from Scream 5 in there. I've seen things from like the first Scream, Scream 5. I'm seeing things from all over the place from this franchise. And that one scene, it was awesome. Oh my God, I was loving it, Leo. Loving that scene. I said in my video I just posted, that's my all-time favorite. I haven't even seen the movie yet. It's my all-time favorite set piece for one of these movies, without a doubt. Without a doubt in my mind. Where is that picture I have? Here we go. So here's our shrine of Ghostface. We have 9 robes in the back representing probably all of the killers. These are all of their robes, which I love. We have so many references just in this one shot. If it's Tatum's clothes, Stu's bloody sweater. I think also to the very left there, that's Richie's flannel. I don't know if that's Billy's or not. It looks more like Richie's from the last movie, but I'm not 100% sure. Regardless, though, what a cool shot. Oh my God. Holy crap. So much to talk about there. It's insane. I've seen a few people talking about leaks. We're not talking about leaks here. We're not talking about any leaks. We're talking about the trailer. Please no spoilers in the chat. We don't do that. I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. That's not what we're talking about. I only talk about things that were actually, put out for the marketing department wanted us to see certain things like this trailer. We talk about that. That's it. I don't want the movie spoiled before I see it. I think that's just kind of dumb. So let's talk about what the marketing team wants us to see without any spoilers and pitch some theories. Sarah Campbell's throwing $2 in there too. Sarah, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Saying, seriously, the mouse. I know. I know. I gotta take care of that. I thought wireless mouses would be great, and this thing is awful. I don't recommend wireless mouses. I'm fixing that soon, Sarah. I appreciate the support. Thank you. That $2 Canadian will go towards it. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you. Sarah also got me some incredible notebooks that look like the books from the Scream movies, which is awesome. Like, I was like, these are so cool. No way. This is sick. I'm going to pull up the stream on my phone, too, so that I can actually see if there's any special chats. Some of y'all like to send some special things that StreamYard doesn't like to show me sometimes, unfortunately. So I miss them, and I feel bad. I go home and I cry. It's terrible. It's terrible, man. Ben Nick. I feel like if I say that too fast, I'm going to say something like awful, or offensive. But I'm totally kidding. I was saying, no way Tara as Ghostface would really suck, or would really suck. I don't know. I don't think Tara is Ghostface. I don't see that, but maybe that's just me. Anything in this trailer that screams Stu's return to you, Jake? Absolutely not. we literally see the guy's sweater covered in blood. I don't think so. One last scare saying when Ghostface said in the trailer that he's something different. I believe him. Seems far more serious. Yes. Oh, yes. That was awesome. Dude, and once again, Roger L. Jackson just killing it with the voice performance. I mean, listen, I loved his voice work in the last movie so much, but here I'm just like, oh, I got chills, There's some moments that were really silly in the last movie, which were great. I loved it. Like Sheriff Judy. Like, that makes me laugh every time. I love it. But this one gave me some chills, man. I was like, ooh, this is a scarier Ghostface than I've ever seen, man. I like it. I like it. Stu's TV is in the shrine. No way. Oh, sick. Mr. Brunswick, I love it. I'll have to check that out. Okay, let's see if it's in that picture. I'm sure you can find it somewhere in there. This probably isn't the best. I'd probably have to light it up or something. I'm imagining it's in the background somewhere, but that's really cool if it is in there. Holy crap. That's sick. Sick. Nerdbox is here. What's up, man? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Night Owl is saying, I really hope Ghostface is not supernatural. That would kill it for me. I don't think that's what they're teasing. We didn't see anything supernatural in the teaser either. I agree. I think that kind of ruins the premise, So I don't think he's supernatural this time around. I think it's just gonna be kind of just a way crazier, more vicious Ghostface. Someone who's obsessed with the past and all of the other kind of just all the other killings and all that. kind of knows his way in and out of the Ghostface murders, maybe where they went wrong, and like doesn't make the same mistakes. That's the kind of character I'm getting from whoever Ghostface is this time around, and that just has me really excited. I think it's gonna be something really special. I'm super excited. Here in Brazil, it will be released in. So until then, I'm dying of anxiety. I'm sure you can find it on the internet, though, my friend. Oh my God, I really need a new mouse. I've been saying this for too long, and it just keeps dying on me. Okay, but anyways, moving forward. What's up, Victor? What's up, man? How's it going? I'm gonna find the clip for you. I have so many things going on here. Who knows what's going on? What's up? The power of Ghostface is that he's human. Yeah, that's what's scary about it. Love it. What if the Bodega Massacre is the opening? I have Noah to comment on that. I really think that the opening is Samara Weaving, which we got a very brief glimpse of her in the trailer, and it's her running down an alleyway. I'm trying to see if I uploaded it. I'm like 90% sure I did, but I guess not. But there's this picture we got, one little piece of footage from the trailer that was Samara Weaving in an alleyway getting a phone call. And we also got this picture earlier, like a couple weeks ago. So kind of makes me think maybe this is Ghostface, maybe slicing her throat a little bit. Kind of just my theory right now. I really think her, maybe Tony Revolori as well, are the opening kill. That's my guess. I wonder, I don't know when the bodega scene will actually happen, when we go there and they run in and Ghostface with the shotgun beginning of the trailer. I got nothing. I got no read on where that actually is. Maybe the middle of the movie. That's kind of my guess. That would be a crazy opening scene, though. That would be just like to start right in the middle of it, and it's like Sam and Tara running there, and they're just like, "Oh my God, I need help!" That would actually be nuts. That would be completely insane. I kind of like that. Red Band trailer didn't show too much. Also, I think Kirby could be a Ghostface. Ooh, Michael, I like the theories. I like that. My thing about Kirby coming back is, and she even said it in that new interview we just got yesterday, is she's gonna be a different character. She's going to be a little more mature, still have that like spitfiery essence to her character that she kind of had in like Scream 4 as a rebellious teenager, but she's gonna, she's like in her late 20s now. I doubt she's gonna be like the exact same character anyway. So I'm not ruling her out. I'm not ruling her out, but I do think she's gonna die in this movie more. I'm leaning more towards that than her becoming a Ghostface killer, which I think a lot of people will be very upset with, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't want like 6 people surviving through this movie again. It's a horror movie at the end of the day, man. We got to kill some people. I just hope they don't kill all the legacy characters. I think that's my big thing about it. When you kill all the legacy characters, you're losing a big element to what makes this franchise so great. So I hope they don't kill all the legacy characters, but killing off Kirby isn't like the craziest thing in my mind. I think they could do that successfully and give us like just a really shocking, messed up kill, kind of similar to something like what they did with Dewey in the last film. I'm not against that. I don't know. What if Gale is the opening? Ooh. Oh, man. Now that would be a sucker punch for me, man. It's like, oh yeah, we're bringing Gale back, and then she dies opening scene. That would be sad. If Gale does, like, if they're like, yeah, Gale has to die, she's gone, I just hope it doesn't happen until like the 3rd act. That's my thing. I really hope they at least make it. I hope they both at least make it to the 3rd act. Same with Kirby too, if she does have to die. I hope she makes it at least to the 3rd act. And then we can just be like, okay, we spent a whole movie with her. Cool. And now she's dead. But, at least we got another movie. We thought she was dead before. We got one movie with her. Cool. That's sick. I'm good with that. Sarah is saying, I feel like the bodega sequence happens after the subway scene. Maybe they all get separated, being chased off the subway, and they run in there for help. Ooh, okay. That makes a lot of sense, because then they wouldn't, they would be running off that train. They like the next stop, they're getting off. They're not hanging out there, not chilling, just waiting for Mindy to get stabbed or something. But I guess my one question about that then is, where's the rest of the group? Like, where's Chad? Where's Josh Segarra? Where's Mindy? Is she dead at this point? Kirby was with them too in the subway, and apparently Jack Champion's there too. So like, where is everybody? that's my question. They probably get separated, but I'm curious what the other side of this is. Like, where's everyone else running to? Where did they all go? I don't know. Kind of crazy to think about. So I think, Sarah, I think you might be onto something there, but I'm curious as to where that all goes, how that all kind of feathers out. It has me excited. The main Ghostface seems like an older person to me, more organized, and he/she has some skills. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's going to be somebody like... I don't know. I'm really... Henry Czerny in this movie has me on the fence. My only big frame of reference with him is in Ready or Not, where he once again does play a bad guy, but not a very, like, physical bad guy. I actually watched it last night, because I was kind of thinking that we were going to see a lot of him in this trailer, but we didn't see him at all, which is kind of shocking. But I really think Henry Czerny's character is either going to be just a side character that is maybe in like one or two scenes, something like that, or does end up being one of the ghost faces. I just don't see him like running around murdering people like how we saw in this one. So I don't know. In this trailer, I mean, like this trailer was so... Ghostface looks so physical, like more than ever. Like he's running around, he's pushing people through bookshelves and shit. Like it's crazy. He's one-handing a shotgun, which is like impossible. But regardless, I think something's going on here. Something messed up that we don't know, whoever the killer is. I'm really excited to get that reveal. And I'm really happy that the trailer didn't give me too many hints towards that. I got nothing. I have no, my theories are pretty much the same after watching that trailer, which is I think a really good thing. I don't feel spoiled. I don't feel like, really, they showed they didn't show one of the killers on fire and unmasked this time. So I'll take it, man. I'll take a W when I can take a W. Is how I see it. So as far as big movie trailers and how much they like to spoil things, I think this one was pretty fucking fantastic. Maybe so, you know, there's some... I have a feeling I know how some of the kills are gonna go in this movie now based off of the trailer, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's that big. It wasn't anything like that big where I'm like, I can't believe they put that in the trailer. There wasn't too much of that in this, which makes me really happy. Loved the Ready or Not costume on the subway scene. Yes. That's awesome. I dig it. We have two people coming back from that, which is sick. Into Scream now. Mr. Brunswick is saying the bodega train and the elevator scene looks like it happens in the same time frame. Oh, maybe. Well, I mean, the elevator has like everybody in it, which is what we saw in the trailer, though. So that's my only thing. Well, yeah, no, that couldn't happen either. Yeah, there's Sam is in all three of those scenes, so technically I don't think those could happen all at the same time. Rob You Blind is saying the shrine clip is amazing. That was my favorite part of the trailer. Like that and Gail getting a phone call. It was sick. It was awesome. Loved it. I really liked that. Good stuff. Trey Oaks is saying they are obviously a veteran or a big fan who collects. I think it's gonna, I think what everyone's first thought when you hear like, oh, this Ghostface is a big fan, it's like, oh, okay. We just did that so many times. We've done it's a big fan who loves the stab movies and all that. I think this time to do something different, this isn't a fan of the stab movies. This is somebody who's a fan of the real life killings, who's like kind of obsessed with the real life murder behind these movies and all that. I think we got to change it up. I hate that, like, well, I don't hate this, but the last two movies, the motive was so focused on the stab films. We got to change it up here. We have to have a different motive. The first three movies all kind of have a similar revenge motive, and then the last two movies were stab focused. So I'm hoping that they go down a different path and it's not something regarding the stab movies this time around, but maybe it's just like, I love all a guy who's just obsessed with like the real true crime element to it, who kind of wants to top all of these other ghost faces. Which would be a pretty interesting new angle to take this franchise down. I'm so for that, personally. Across Game said, I saw that. I think... What? I think Sam and Tara are fighting double ghost faces. Oh, I got you. I read that wrong. Yes. There is a scene that kind of looks like that. Once again, I swear I uploaded this one because I wanted to talk about it. So we see Sam kind of looking at a ghost face there, very blurred and obscured in the background, but Tara's just crying her eyes out. I don't think she would be, if she was safe, I don't think she'd look like that, personally. She does not look happy, does not look like she's having a good time. So yes, I do think that is a double ghost face for sure. Something else I wanted to point out too is this shot I thought was really interesting. We're now behind the screen and Sam is pointing a gun at somebody. She also on the screen we have some ghost face footage playing. I'm wondering if, like, my first thought when I made my trailer video that I literally just posted it. First thought was maybe this is like footage from the Stab movies. Maybe we're gonna like see some clips from some of the other Stab movies, which we really haven't seen too much of, besides in like 4 and 2. So I wonder if we do something like that, where it's like, oh, hey, that would be cool. It's like this is another scene from another Stab movie, or if it's like real footage of some of the killers from the past. Somehow that gets in there. I don't know. Viewer Anon is here. What's up? What's up? Saying, I was wondering if people would pick up on the projected ghost face behind Sam. That was one of my first big things. I'm like, ooh, what's going on there? What's going on with all of that? I like it. I like it, man. Welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome to the stream. We appreciate it. I gave you a big shout out in my video today. So I do to your wishes as well. I did not pick apart the trailer too much. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna watch it a few times and talk about it for the video. That's all I did. So don't want it spoiled for myself. Don't want it spoiled for everybody else. So I watched it a few times, picked a few things I noticed I kind of talked about, but tried not to go too in depth. Don't want anything to get spoiled if there is something like, oh, connect these two pieces together and bam, or so. I don't know. Most trailers don't do that though. So I Scream 5's trailer is an exception, unfortunately. Nerdbox is saying Jill's shirt looks to be in the shrine. Is that what the flannel is? Is that what that is? I had a feeling maybe. Because excuse me, I couldn't tell if that flannel to the left was Jill's or Richie's from the last movie. It's kind of dark, so I can't really see the color, but maybe that is Jill's. Interesting. I love it. Good stuff. What else do we get here? We saw Tara strangling not to fall by holding Sam's hand. Yeah, that's gonna be a tense scene. You know, this whole movie, I feel like, is going to have this undertone with Sam trying to be very protective of Tara, and then to see her kind of struggle to save her here. It's going to be very interesting to see what they end up doing with all of that. If they do end up killing Tara too, I think that would just be insane and elevate Sam's character so much. I'm personally really not against it. I love Jenna Ortega. She's amazing, but what a shock that would be to kill like one of your biggest stars in the movie. And you know, that's obviously this franchise is no stranger to that. So I'm personally not against that. I think it would be pretty crazy if they did something like that. My jaw would hit the ground. Let me tell you, jaw would hit the ground. I see Tezo saying the killer used the shotgun in the store instead of kicking it out of the way like a regular Ghostface would do. So I think this killer just wants to kill. Doesn't have anything to do with Stab. See, I like that motive too, because once again, I feel like a personalized motive isn't as scary as something that can apply to like anybody. Because when you're watching a movie and you're like, and the killer starts saying shit like, I'm only killing you because you're the sister of this other person I didn't like. That's just a totally random example. That's just not as scary. Like, I can't personally, I can't relate to that. I'm not the sister of John Doe. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't, this guy's not coming after me. He's coming after this person. Okay, well, sorry, I'm getting the hell out. No offense. So I love a motive where it's a little more accessible, if that makes sense, where it's like, this person could come kill me next. Like, that's scary, Ooh, I don't like that. So I personally, that's what I'm hoping we get from a motive this time around, something that's just a little more accessible and a little more just widely available. Both of those things mean the same thing, but you get what I'm saying. Yes. Jake, in that scene of Tara falling, she has an evil face on though. Evil face. Do I have a screenshot of that? I mean, once again, misdirection. Maybe she's not holding Sam's arm in that one. Maybe she's holding on to somebody else, or maybe she's the one maybe she's not the one falling. I've seen people say that across social media a few times. I gotta look at it again. I don't know. I really don't think they're gonna make Tara the killer though. I've seen a few people say that. That would be a crazy stretch in my mind. Out of all the people to turn into killers, I don't know about Tara, man. But then again, like, the other thing is, a big thing that they cut out of the last movie is apparently Tara and Amber were supposed to be like girlfriends in that last movie. That was completely cut for some reason. Still don't see a reason why they cut that. It would almost kind of make sense if they left that in, because there was this whole thing between Wes and Tara that felt underdeveloped. Like, maybe they had a thing, maybe Wes was kind of into Tara, but it just kind of fell through. It just felt like very unnecessary to the movie. So maybe Tara was working with Richie and Amber the whole time or something, but that also doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because they attacked her and left her in a hospital bed the whole time. I don't know. There's That's really hard to try to make everything connect. You know, I don't know how they could make Tara the killer in this. How they could explain that essentially. I don't know. I got nothing there. Romello. I hope I got that right. I appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. Thank you. Saying, I really want Chad to live. Killing him is too obvious. He might be the spiritual Dewey. Ooh, okay. I definitely agree. 100% agree on the spiritual Dewey. I definitely feel like if this, like, obviously this is a requel, the sequel to a requel, whatever the heck you want to call that. That we need a whole new term for that apparently. But if this was a remake, Chad would absolutely be the Dewey. Like, what, 100% without a doubt in my mind. Yes. So I do agree with you there. I don't think he's safe, but I'm also leaning towards him surviving this movie. I'm leaning towards it. I don't think the core four is safe though. I really think one of them at least is going to die. I think it's going to be Tara after watching that trailer. There's a little too much, there's a little too much focus on Mindy dying in this movie, and I don't think they're going to kill her. With the teaser and this trailer, there's little hints that maybe Mindy dies in this, and it's a little too much. I think it's suspicious personally. Don't think they're gonna kill Mindy. I don't think they're gonna kill Chad. I really think it's gonna be Tara, and it's gonna just like ruin Sam. That's my theory right now. I think Chad will live. Fingers crossed. I really like Chad. Mason Gooding's amazing. I don't want him to die. I see a future for his character. Although I don't really know too much about him now moving into this one. Well, we'll just have to see though. Romello. I like it though. I like it. Man, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate the support. Thank you. Welcome all 183 of you, by the way. We're talking a little Scream, 6 trailer stuff, so pitch your crazy theory if you just got in here and we'll get to it. I'll try. I'll try my best. Alex is saying there could be a superiority complex with the killer here. What they're doing is bigger than what has come before. They claim to be something different and something better. Yes, we have a ghost face this time who's very cocky, Alex. I really like that. That could mean someone who's really scary, but also who could ultimately that could ultimately be their downfall, essentially, because they're so cocky, because they're so arrogant. That's kind of what I see happening with this ghost face. I think most of the time it is something like that, but it's played a little differently. It's typically like younger people who are just like, I'm gonna kill and get away with it. Everything's gonna be fine. People are, these ghost face killers are pretty crazy. They're not exactly doing things exactly perfectly. They, not super sane characters we're dealing with here. So this could be something very similar to that, but played a little differently, I think, just by having someone who thinks like they're a god, essentially. I am the god of the ghost faces. Something like that. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool, though, pretty different. Most of the ghost faces, yes, do have an ego, but not so much to the point where I think they have a god complex. So to show something like that here would be really scary, very John Kramer-y, maybe. I'm down for it. Alex. I love it. Love the theories. As Yet Untitled is here saying, thoughts on the killer being Hank Loomis, Billy's dad, Sam's granddad. That's a lot of build and has motives. Well, we don't have anybody playing him in this movie, so I don't know. I personally, I don't think we're bringing back another Loomis to be a killer. I mean, we've done that twice, I don't think that would be all that shocking, personally. I'm much more interested in seeing a new character rise up and be a ghost face every single time. I think that, I don't know, I think when you have a character from the past who could have a motive, could become a killer randomly in this movie, I just don't think that's as interesting as just a random new person. Like it's like, Stu's alive and coming back or something for this movie. That's not as shocking to me as like this brand new person with this brand new crazy motive that they could do instead. It's like if you have that option to do this new thing instead, opposed to something we could potentially see coming, like a Stu revival or something, I would rather see the new thing, because that's going to be more shocking 9 times out of 10 every single time. So that's just my personal opinion. Locked throwing $5 in there too. Thank you so much for the support, dude. Saying, what if this is like Halloween 2007, where Ghostface wants to kill everyone around Sam for Sam? They have a twisted belief that Sam wants this. Okay, so maybe, like, once again, I feel like this is a boyfriend motive. I feel like this is like Josh Segarra is like, oh, Sam, I'm deeply in love with you, but your family is keeping you away from me. I'll kill all of them so we can spend more time together. Something like that. That might be messed up, but once again, I don't know if I want to see a love interest become the killer. Or, okay, hang on, here we go. What if Josh Segarra is like a red herring this whole time, right? And maybe him and Sam are dating, let's say. They're boyfriend and girlfriend. They're kind of vibing this whole movie. And then suddenly at the end, when we get a Ghostface reveal, it's another dude who likes Sam but can't get, like, kind of like Randy's situation in Scream 2, where it's like he clearly likes Sydney, but like maybe Sydney's not really into him, and she's already got something going on with this Derek guy. Maybe like think a Randy type character in this new movie now who's really into Sam, but Sam's just not really, sorry, I already got something going on, not really interested. And then this dude just starts killing, going crazy for her, you know? And it's like, dude, you totally missed the point. Like, she's a survivor of the Ghostface murders and you went Ghostface for her? Like, oh my God, you're a hypocrite, dog. Jeez. It's messed up. I would like something like that, actually. That's kind of putting a spin on the whole love interest thing, I think. Kind of doing like a love triangle thing. I'm not against that personally. Locked, thanks for the $5. I appreciate it. Once again, just as long as they try something new, even if it flops for me, I'll appreciate the ambition. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm really looking for here. Culture Elixir is saying the most agile Ghostface. Mans was jumping all over Gail's apartment. Yes. Yeah, yes. I'm telling you, I feel like it's got to be it's got to be one of the younger dudes. I don't think it's going to be like one of the older guys, like a Henry Czerny now at this point, because of how agile and how athletic we've seen our Ghostface be in this movie. It's got to be someone who's younger, I think, now, just based off of that. But I mean, once again, they don't really keep those things super consistent between like the actual Ghostface killer versus like when the reveal happens. Like a lot of people have complained about like the height differences between whoever the real killer is versus in an earlier scene or whatever. That's just a really hard thing to keep track of, though, in my opinion. So I don't know. I think it's fine whoever they reveal as the killer, personally, even if there's like a massive height difference, as long as it's not like glaringly obvious. Like if you have to go back and like specifically pause the scene and be like, Ghostface is 6'2" here, and then the killer was 5'5" or whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's just a tough thing to keep track of when you're making a movie. Especially when you're like, what if you just come up with something, you're like, oh, this kind of works a little better, and then you have your Ghostface actor who's like 6'2" because you want him to be big and scary, you know? I don't know. It's just a tough thing to keep up with. I kind of excuse some of these movies for doing stuff like that. I don't know. I guess I try not to look too. I'm trying not to shatter the illusion when I watch a movie, more or less. So I try not to look for those things personally. Mr. L is saying, I think this will be a cult that worships Stu and Billy, not necessarily blood related to them or anything. And if we do see Stu return, it will be a red herring. That actually might be kind of wild. If Stu does return, he is revealed to be alive, but he's not a killer. Like, guy's just like rotten in prison or something. There's a part of me that honestly doesn't hate that. I don't think they'll do that, but I don't hate the idea if it serves the plot or something. Like they have to ask Stu a question about something with the new killer, whatever. Kind of make it similar to Stranger Things season 4, where they have to go and like meet Victor Creel to ask him questions about Vecna. Maybe something like that. I'm fine with that. I just don't like the idea that Stu's been running it the whole time. Just hiding out in a safe house for 25 years, 25 plus years. Like, what? I don't know, man. I just, that's pretty wild to me. I can't see it happening, but we'll see. Bro, it looks sick. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Life of Fonz. So Tony is dead. Probably, I'll be honest. Tony and Samara Weaving are very dead in my mind. I think Liana Liberado's a goner. I think Devin Nakata's a goner. I'm trying to think. A few other people. This is going to be a bloodbath. I'm telling you that right now. Not too many people are walking away from this one. Stu is so last season next. Robbie, I love it. I love Stu, though. I love him so much. Like, but he's dead. You know, he got a TV smashed on his face, man. Guy's dead. But I love him. I love him so much with all my heart. He's awesome. May Ann is saying it's definitely someone from a past Scream movie, because why use an old mask? Maybe it's someone who's just obsessed with all the old killers. I mean, that would be such a cool motive, too. Just like, oh, God, I want to be the best Ghostface killer. That, like, Billy made this dumb mistake. He could have killed Sydney and gotten away with it. You know, someone who's frustrated with the killings and how they go down, you know? That would be so awesome to see unfold on screen. Think about how great that Think about how great that killer monologue would be, too. Just this guy who comes out and he's just like, Billy Loomis and Stu, they were so amateur, you know, and he's so frustrated with them because he like thinks he does things way better. I could see that being very interesting. This guy who's just like dorking out over the real life killings opposed to the stab movies. Maybe he hates the stab movies. Let's do that for once. That could be something special, I think. I'd be down for that. Real G Schlip is saying Henry Czerny gonna be like Henry Winkler in the first movie, probably. That's okay. That's a really good comparison. Yes, I think something similar to that is what they're gonna do with this character. Because yes, he played an antagonist in another Radio Silence film, Ready or Not, but I just don't see him being Ghostface this time around. I really think it's gonna be like Josh Segarra or Dermot Mulroney, maybe even Jack Champion, which would be kind of crazy, but I don't know. But yes, I do think it's going to have a similar, I think it's going to have a similar outcome to what Henry Winkler faced in the first movie. Ooh, so yeah, once again, another goner in my opinion. 31 Hollows Death / Andy. What's up, Andy? Saying, wonder how the Ghostface got inside Gail's apartment. Like she's been attacked all 6 movies now. Ain't no way she leaves the door open still. And she's still got a landline. After 5 vicious attacks, my girl's still got a landline in her house. I would be switching to a cell phone and that's it. Like that's all I would have. Man, I don't know about that. That was my one thing about the trailer where I'm like, really? Like Gale Weathers has a, come on. I don't know. Gale Weathers with a landline. I don't buy it. That's crazy to me. Critical Overlord is here too, saying, Tip, if you pause the Scream 6 trailer at the end, you can see home video playing behind Sam. If you, I think you're talking about, are you talking about this? Like the whole shot of her kind of standing there covered in blood and see some ghost face in the background. What's up with that? What's up with all that, Critical Overlord? I love it. I'm curious what your take on the trailer was though. I love it. Good stuff, man. I'm blown away by the trailer too, just to say that. I loved it. Like, but besides the landline thing, I was like, okay, that's a little weird. But besides that, fucking phenomenal. 10 out of 10. Yes. Oh my God. I genuinely think this is going to be the best Scream sequel. I don't want to say I have no doubt in my mind because once again, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I have some very high expectations now going into this one, with everything they're trying to tease in this trailer, man. Oh, yes. Nice. Dude, yeah. So Critical Overlord, dude, I was wondering about this because I don't know if this is like stab footage or if like what you're saying, if this is like real footage of a ghost face walking around killing people, because it kind of looks like shelves there to the bottom. It almost looks like that scene at the bodega from earlier. So maybe Ghostface is actually filming all the kills this time around, like has someone filming it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm really, there's so much to this trailer. I feel like we're going to get a really complicated answer when the time finally comes to watch this thing. There's a lot going on here than what meets the eye. I don't think it's as simple as there's going to be 2 killers revealed. That's going to be it. There's another thing. There's another element to it we don't see coming yet that they have never tried in these movies. You like that stutter? Yeah, I've been dealing with that my whole life. That's something fun. Love it. The Pumpkin Patch is saying, I want Ghostface to be a demented Uber driver. Oh man. Oh, demented Uber. Okay, actually, would be a great short film idea or something. Just Uber driver. Oh, well, okay, that's actually Spree. I forgot about that movie. Spree's a killer flick. I don't know if you've seen that, Pumpkin Patch. Oh, Uber driver loses his mind, starts killing people for views on like a live stream. Oh, good movie. Really like it. Joe Keery's in it. It's one of the better found footage movies from the past like 2 or 3 years or so. Manga Maniac. I think I pronounced that right. I always pronounce that word wrong. Saying, hey, Jake, sorry I had to step away for a minute. All good. Don't worry about it. Did you see my theory of the ending of the movie? No, but pitch it again and we'll talk about it. I totally missed it. There's so many chat. I'm getting a lot of chats, so I can't go back and see it, but I'll check it out. If the killer gets away after killing Tara, Sam tracks him down and plays a game. Ooh. So Sam goes Ghostface to avenge her sister. I actually don't hate that at all. For a Scream 7, like kind of doing it like killer's perspective this time around. That intrigues me. Tell you what, I actually think that'd be what a sick ending that would be. I'm all about that. Critical Overlord saying it seems like the ending might be a mix of Scream 2 and 3's finale. The home video might be related to the story. Okay. Ooh, okay. I like that. I definitely agree with you with the Scream 2 and 3 mixture finale. It seems like it's going to be very hard hitting for Sam and very I feel like it is going to be very personal, but the motive I think is going to be a little more widely available, if that makes sense. Like whoever the killer is, it's going to be a betrayal, like a big betrayal to Sam. But the motive's going to make a little more, it's going to be something different this time around. That's just, once again, just my theories. But I totally agree with you about the mix of 2 and 3. The Shrine has elements of Scream 2 and Scream 3 kind of put together. Oops, just smacked my keyboard. That would have sucked if I just like ended the live stream randomly. But yes, no, I totally agree with you there. I'm very curious about what the video playing on the screen is though. It has to be related to the story, I agree. I wonder if it's footage from like the movie we've already seen, if someone was filming the things like secretly the whole time. That might be messed up. I mean, I know that's kind of something we've already explored in this franchise, but take it a step further. Like it's never been a big focus of any of the movies. 4 arguably, yes, but take it a step further, actually have a whole film like made within the movie, essentially, of like a whole documentary about this killing made by the killers. That could be kind of messed up if they actually have a completed thing happening. How does that happen to Cult of Ghostface? Just saying. If you have a whole cult working on something, a little easier than if only 2 people were doing it. I'm just saying. Carter Scotland Allen, another Killjoy cult member. Thank you so much for that support, man. Saying, hey, Jake, can't stay long. I have a short about 5 killers in Scream 6. The trailer was fantastic. Cannot wait. I think Henry Czerny will be one of the Ghostface killers. Nice. I like the theories. 5 killers in Scream 6. That would be nuts. I'm not against the whole cults thing. It could be 5 people. It could be a whole crazy group of people running around. I don't know. I really don't have a read on one person specifically. I'm not like, oh yeah, it's definitely this person. But Dermot Mulroney is my like leading. I think it's going to be him as of right now, but I'm not like 1,000%, not 1,100% sure on anything. So we'll just have to see. I love it though, Carter. Welcome to the stream while you can stay though. Welcome. What else do we got here from some of y'all? BJ Paulin saying, do you think Kirby will be in this movie a lot, or do you think she will just be used as a connection to go to the past and the killer isn't really on her? You know, I'll be honest, after seeing this trailer now, I definitely think she's going to be in it less than I thought. But, her presence will still be felt. I think she'll still be in this movie enough to do something for the story ultimately. I just don't think it's going to be as much as how everyone wants it to be, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think she's going to be in it for, like, 40 minutes or something like that. It's going to be, like, 2 or 3 scenes. And I really think it's going to end with her dying, which... maybe not so much music to people's ears, more like a wooden stake into people's ears. People don't want her to die. I get it. Bringing her back and then killing her, people can see that as distasteful. But like, it's a horror movie at the end of the day, and you got to keep the stakes high by killing people. And it doesn't matter who. You can't have some people be safe, some people can't be safe. It's more fun that way, in my opinion, as upsetting as that may be. But if Kirby dies here too, I think it would just be so messed up. You wouldn't see it coming. You'd be like, oh, they're bringing her back. This is wonderful. And then she gets viciously murdered. I don't know. I really think that could be something special if they execute it right. Zoe is here saying it seems like Red Right Hand has a huge influence for Scream 6. Ghostface looks like a trained assassin. I've been wanting this for so long, a superior Ghostface who isn't just a bumbling teenager or bumbling college student, I've been wanting this for so long, and I really think that this is going to be the movie, Zoe. I think this is going to be it. Man, I'm so ready for it. This movie looks insane. Like, ugh, can't wait. Can't wait. What else do we got here? Carter was saying, Jake, is there anything specific about the trailer you wish were the only thing, and it's such a little thing, I don't even care that much, is why does Gale Weathers have a landline? After all these years of getting a phone call right before getting attacked by Ghostface, you have a landline? Like, I don't know, man. I got... That to me was a little goofy, but... I think it's just to keep it in the same style as the old movies, that's why some of our characters still have landlines. I'm like, man, I get, like, listen, a new character having a landline, okay, that's one thing. I get it, but Gale Weathers, dude, I don't know. I don't buy that for a second. She would have a cell phone with like every security precaution possible on that thing to make sure that no one was, that she could see exactly who was calling her right at that moment, I'm like, no way. No way, man. She probably does have a cell phone in the movie too, but there's no way she would have a landline in her house. I just don't think that's something that would happen. Trey is saying, I think someone early was onto something with the evil look on Tara's face. Could it be Sam? She's dropping off the balcony. Dude, I don't know, man. I just can't see that being I can't see Tara turning evil randomly. I would need something crazy to be explained about Tara. And my other thing about Tara too is like, was she working with the killers in the last movie? Like, you'd have to explain something like that. And because she was like the first attempted kill from Amber and Richie, I just don't see it happening. We saw the whole scene, you know, we saw Tara get attacked, and they wouldn't have showed us that if they were going to do some kind of twist like this in this movie. They could have had an opening kill that was something else and then just said like, oh, Tara was attacked too at some point, and then she's in the hospital. And maybe she just like kind of did like the self-harm thing with that, like the same route that like Jill took in Scream 4, for instance. Like that, okay. If they did something like that, I'd be suspicious of Tara a little bit. But she gets attacked by Ghostface. She's dealing with that trauma, not even a year later after the events. I don't know. I just can't see her turning Ghostface. I feel like that's just a big misdirection personally. But once again, execution is everything, my friends. If they do something crazy and explain that Tara was working with them somehow, and I don't know, man, you'd have to write some crazy shit into this movie. But nothing can't not be done. You know what I mean? Like nothing. Okay, this is a bit too much of a stretch. They have a whole movie to explain some crazy BS if they want to set something up like that. I don't know. I feel like it's just. I feel like that's a misdirection personally. I think Tara's a good guy. But maybe I'm too trusting. Maybe I'm too trusting because I've only ever seen her play a protagonist. Well, mostly. Wednesday's kind of like a anti-hero, I guess. So, but yeah, I don't know. Just my thoughts on the matter. I could be wrong. I'm oftentimes wrong too, if that makes you all feel better. Rick D is throwing $10 in there. Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that support. Saying people are assuming the old mask is Billy and Stu's, but all the three movies were close to each other in time, so it could be from any of the first movies. Maybe Angelina, who was technically never revealed to be as a ghost face, even though many have rumored that maybe Angelina was the second killer in 3. Something else I want to point out there, Rick, is there are only 9 robes in that shrine, which I think is interesting. So if they wanted to play into something like that, that could be cool. Although I watched Ready or Not and Scream 5 last night, and something I picked up on that, I don't know, it just really stuck with me this time around was they made a big joke about the inferior sequels, which they're obviously making fun of themselves with that line too, but it almost kind of came off as a statement of we're not going to play off of anything set up in the other sequels. We're telling a new story now. That's kind of how it came off to me, but once again, that could be interpreted any which way depending on how you look at it. So I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to do something with Angelina. This could be really cool because obviously Wes wanted her assumingly to be the second killer in 3, but studio was against that. I think it would have been really cool if they do something with that. I'm not against it, but I don't think they will. It's just my thinking. But you do have a point with that mask could be anybody's. It could be anybody's from like the first 3 movies because those happen in succession essentially. So I definitely feel you there. It could be anybody's mask. I'm leaning towards I'm leaning towards Stu. It could be somebody from the second movie because this is like essentially Radio Silence's Scream 2. So maybe it's Mickey's mask. You know, maybe this guy is obsessed with Mickey as a killer. I could see that being the case. I think Mickey's a very underrated ghost face too. Could have been the best, but just didn't have enough screen time in my opinion. So that could be kind of a cool thing to play into. Some crazy fan opinions. I don't know. I like it though. Rick, I dig the theory, man. Thanks for the $10. I really appreciate it. Love it. I love it. What else do we got here? What are the possibilities of the killer being the creator of the Stab franchise? Ooh, kind of playing off of like a Roman thing where it's like instead of being the director, it's the guy that started it all. Well, that would be. I mean, I guess the director of the original one was Robert Rodriguez. So then, who would this character be? Maybe So let's say Ryan Johnson's off of Stab 9 because we know that's happening in this movie. We have a brand new director this time around, new producer, new guy involved. Or whatever, something along those lines. Sure, yeah, that could be cool. I'm down for it. Or Or, you know, we do have the musical based off of Gale's book in this, which we kind of got from that one poster all the way back at like Christmas time. So this one's interesting. In that bottom right corner, you can see Wrongly Accused the musical. This has a lot of fans being like, what the heck's going on here, man? What? We're doing a musical based off of Gale's like true crime book? That's messed up. So what is happening there? Are we going to have somebody who's like kind of obsessed with that? I don't know. Someone, maybe the guy that's running that, you know, that's not exactly the same as Roman. It's a little different. Maybe you can make his motive different too. He's not like the brother of, he's not Sam's long lost brother. I hope that would kind of that would just be Roman 2.0. Cause I agree. I don't want just exactly Roman again, but a different character relating to Sam instead of Sydney. But if you have him have a different motive, it's like, don't have the revenge thing going on, do something different. That could be kind of cool. If he was like, I don't know, like the director of the musical, someone involved with that, something along those lines could be fun. I'll hate if the motive is directed towards Stab. Me too. I just hope it's something. There's so many different reasons to kill people. You don't have to make it about the movies, which is messed up. But we're talking fictional horror movies. Just to be very clear. Rick D is also saying, I hope it's someone obsessed with the real life killers. Yes. Why else? If they have a shrine of ghost faces dedicated to the real killers and they're more obsessed with the movies over the true crime element, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm straight up. I'm going to be disappointed. But I think they know what they're doing. I think this is going to be something special, something different. Not your same old. Mitchell Kaufman is saying Gale better not die, but the trailer really made it seem like she is. Well, yes, but also don't forget, like in the Scream 4 trailer, they did the exact same thing. They made it seem like the last shot was like her about to get stabbed in the barn. Didn't happen. She made it through that movie. She's back here for the 6th entry. So I think that this is a fake out once again. But once again, you never know though. That's the thing with these fake outs. It's like, is she gonna die? You know, this is a new entry. Anything can happen. They always kind of tease that things are different this time around. There's always new rules. So anyone can die. I think it's possible I think it is possible, but I don't think they'll actually do it. I do think they'll kill Kirby and potentially even Tara, but I don't think they're going to kill Gale. Gale's our one connection still to the first movie, keeps the whole legacy character thing alive. If you kill Gale, you're killing that. I don't think they'll do that here. So obviously Sydney's still alive in this universe too, but she's not coming back for this movie. So killing Gale would be like just killing one of the coolest elements about the franchise. So that's why I think she's the only character in my mind that's safe. So I don't think she'll die, but anybody else is up for grabs in my mind. Aaron is saying, I'm enjoying the Scream 6 trailer with a whole bunch of hashtags. Love it, man. Good stuff. The Horror Den is saying, who do we think the guy was in Gale's apartment? That's a good question. I couldn't tell. Hoping she hasn't moved on from Dewey within a year and that it's a work colleague. Well, you know, the other thing about that is I don't think she's moved on, but I do feel like she's going to have a romantic interest in either like Dermot Mulroney's character or somebody. There's going to be some allusion to her moving on. I think that's going to happen. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of fans are going to be, some people are going to be really upset with that. I just want Gale to be happy. I think she does. Out of all the characters, she really deserves a happy ending. Well, Dewey does too, but he didn't exactly get that. But I think Gale deserves a happy ending after her massive transformation as a character. She's a much better character now than where she started. So I hope that happens for her. But overall, I want her to be happy, whatever that means to the writers. I hope they executed that here. So and also if it is a love interest, this guy gets stabbed and killed in the trailer. So maybe that would be kind of a funny joke too. It's like, oh, Gale's moving on. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like that. Her and Dewey should be together. And then bam, guy gets stabbed in the end of the scene or something where he's introduced. That could be kind of funny. I actually think that'd be pretty silly. Gabriel is saying, Jake, did you notice Chad getting attacked by Ghostface in the same place as Sam falling? Ooh, same place as Sam fall. Yeah, because she falls off the balcony at that one point for like a split second, like half a second scene. I did notice that. I don't think I noticed Chad getting attacked though. That's cool. I don't. Once again, Chad is Chad safe in this movie? He's probably the biggest. I don't know. He's probably the biggest. I don't know. My big 50-50. I want Chad to live. I think he's got a lot of potential as a character. for things to do in the future. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. I hope not. I hope he doesn't get I hope he doesn't die. I like him. I like the guy. I want to see more from him. He's a good character. I think he can have a cool arc moving into the next one. But if we are doing that whole thing like we were talking about earlier, where Sam goes Ghostface to avenge Tara's death because this killer gets away, can any of our killers like still survive? Like, is Sam going to keep that a secret from Mindy and Chad if they stay alive? There's a lot of questions that would need to be answered by the next movie. Not saying that that's going to happen, but it's also a really cool theory. And they're setting up something with Sam's character. Something is being set up with her, that she's going to do something vicious in the future, I think, because she's Billy Loomis's daughter, that she has that evil inside of her. They even referenced it in the trailer today. Something is being set up there. I'm not sure what, but we'll just have to see. It has me excited. It feels like they're setting up something different. That makes me happy. But Romello is throwing $5 in there. Romello, I'm so sorry. I keep saying that wrong every single time. Saying, okay, at the end, killer is revealed to be Stu's son of Stu versus the daughter of Billy. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know, man. I don't want a connection to the past. Is that so bad to say? Like, every Scream movie does that, and I would like a clean break, fresh start something new, so that it's just like, oh, this is crazy. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting it to be related to something from the past, but it's a whole new thing. You know, personally, I feel like that could be more shocking. But once again, execution is everything, my friend. Execution is everything. So Romello, thank you for the $5. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Viewer Anonymous saying I have to run, but wanted to say I'm loving all the theory / speculation. Thank you, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. We appreciate it a whole lot. Thanks for all the good info too, and thank you for not spoiling anything. So thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Omni is here too. What's up? Another Killjoy cult member. We appreciate it, man. Thank you. Let's stop it with the killer relatives already. Right, man. I want new killers. New killers coming in. I hope Kincaid returns in 7 with Sid. That could be cool. You know, especially if Sam goes Ghostface in 7. That would be a great reason to have Sidney come back. Like, we have no idea. We really have no idea who it is this time around. You know, like, everyone's just like, I got nothing. Like, you know, Sam's cleared because she's been in the last 2 movies. Nobody's suspicious of her at that point. So if Kincaid and Sid come back, that could be cool. That'd be a good reason for them to come back. We got to call the expert, you know, have her come in. I don't know. What a great third movie too, to finish out this story. I really hope Sam is not a killer. That would be yet another cliche with a character with mental illness being a psychopathic murderer. So my thing about that specifically is I hate when a person with mental illness just like snaps, you know what I mean? Because that's just not realistic. So I do agree with you there, but if they set it up that her character is like of trying to avenge the death of her sister, that's a little different. You know what I mean? She's not turning into a psychopath. She's a cold, that's not the right word. She's a more focused killer wanting to avenge her sister's death. More than and she's not randomly killing a bunch of innocent people. She wants to go after the ghost face that gets away at the end of this movie. So that to me is why it's different. But if they were to do something like that, that would suck. Like if Sam just snaps and decides to start killing random people, that would suck. I totally agree. That makes no sense. But if she wants to avenge Tara and she's not killing a bunch of innocent people in the process, she just wants to kill the ghost face from the last movie. And everyone's like, what the fuck? What's going on? Why does this person keep getting attacked? Maybe she fails the first couple times, you know? Something like that could be cool, but it all depends on execution too. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. it's so true. You can have the best idea in the world, and if you execute it wrong, it fucking sucks. And that would, like I said, suck. Ugh, don't do that. But if Sam wants to avenge Tara in the next movie while there's also a new Ghostface going around, a little complex of an idea, sure, but also very ambitious, and I'm very interested to dig into that at some point in the future. Maybe next year, maybe 2 years from now, if they do a 7. Hypothetically. Once again, 7's not confirmed. I know we're talking about it a lot, but hey, it's just exciting. It's an exciting time to be alive as a Scream fan, man. Critical Overlord saying, I think if you completely abandon familial connections, then you run the risk of not being a Scream movie. Ooh, that's a hot take. I think you do have a point though. I mean, no, I feel you there, but I think it's more the fact that Sam is Billy's daughter, right? So you're going to have that no matter what. It's not with the killer this time around. It's more with the final girl. But I think just having Sam in a movie does that. You know what I mean? And we're seeing that in the poster too. Where's that poster? Like everything leads back to Sam. There's always that. There's always connections to the past now. Because Sam is in this movie, because she's Billy Loomis's daughter. And we're also, I think this poster is also kind of foreshadowing that there's something from every movie that's going to connect back to Sam somehow. So I think that's going to be our big connection to the past element to it, where the killer will have something totally different going on. That's just my running theory, but I do love, that's a really good point though. That's something I feel like many fans might be like, oh, well, they always have something that connects and now they don't. So that's kind of weird. That's a good point. It's a good point, but I guess I'm just looking for something a little, because I feel like when you remove that element, it's a little easier to write. Personally, like you might get a little too convoluted if you're trying to make everything connect, but by just having Sam present there, it's a little more simplified. You don't have to have the killer being like, I'm pissed about the deaths in this specific death in Scream 4, this death in Scream 3. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, okay, it could get a little convoluted by the time we get to like Scream 11, you know? So I like that we can do that with just Sam's character. If they do it with the killer, though, I'm not saying it's like going to be the worst thing ever. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that either. There's a way to do it, but feels like it might be a little easier if they get away from that. Personally, just my thoughts too, just my personal thoughts. Stephen Green throwing $2 in there too. Thank you so much, Stephen. Saying Tara's the mastermind and her dad is the killer. Ooh. So, man, I mean, like her dad, there's motive, you know. His wife was got knocked up by Billy Loomis and had Sam. No idea about that. So there you go. And if we're gonna be in line with Scream 2, then do the exact same twist that movie did. Have it be a parent from the last movie. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to see that happen or not. I'm aching for something new. I feel like a lot of these movies do the same thing, and while it's worked many times in the past, I'm feeling something a little more ambitious this time. So I guess that's more what I'm looking for with this one. But I'm also like, I'm not ruling any of that out though. That's totally a Scream thing to do, something like that. So it's a possibility, but I'm just hoping that they go push it in a different direction. I'm really hoping they push it towards something brand new, which the series can and easily do, if they just make like few little tiny changes, you know. Stephen Green, though, thank you for the $2, man. I really appreciate the support. Thank you. What else do we got here? What else do we got from y'all? I love these theories, by the way. These are crazy. Y'all are pitching some really good stuff. I'm like really working my noodle. I like it. I like when my noodles work. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that on a live stream with 200 people. Junin is saying, loved the trailer, but some of the cuts of the audio to avoid swears and stuff were so goofy. I'm so glad I'm not the only person that noticed that. When she says when Gail says the whole thing, like, I'm going to shoot you in the head. There was totally a fuck in there. You can't convince me otherwise. I'm going to shoot you in the fucking head or whatever. She totally says that, and they totally cut it out. Yeah, no, I 100% with you there, man. I bet that line's going to hit harder though when we see it. That's my one silver lining to those goofy cuts. But my one silver lining to that is I feel like when we do see it in the theaters now, it's going to feel so much more aggressive and so much more like, oh my God. Not only is this Ghostface like super badass, but it's kind of a reminder like Gail's a fucking badass too. And I'm gonna be really excited to see that scene in the theater. That in the shrine stuff. Like I am there day one for those two things, man. Those set pieces and sequences are gonna be great. Zoe Wolf is saying, I really hope that they tie in the shrine well with how they got all the evidence from Woodsboro. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to explain all of that about how they got all the evidence or whatnot, but it's really intimidating to know that our Ghostface this time around has all of these things collected in this like warehouse or whatever, or old theater, I guess I should be saying, in the middle of New York somewhere. It's kind of terrifying. It's intimidating that this guy's so obsessed with it. He knows the ins and outs of being a Ghostface, so it's scary stuff, man. I like it. I like it a whole lot. Critical saying, that's why I'd like to see someone use the angle of being tired of the constant exploitation. This can still be a relative, but I'd save that for 7. Make it deeper than Revenge, but save it for 7. Okay. Okay, see, I really like that. Like the relative thing. I'm not the only reason. I guess the only reason I'm so personally against it is I've just never been a big fan of Mrs. Loomis. I think that I don't know. It's the motive that I think I don't like the most. I really like Laurie Metcalf as an actress. It's just the motive. I think I'm just it's a bit of a yawn for me. It's like, okay, like I feel like this is nothing that inventive personally, but. That's the only reason I guess why I'm against a relative, because like when it's immediately revealed that it's somebody's relative, this is going to be for like revenge or going to be for something along those lines. I don't know how else you could write it where it's not that. If they can find a way to incorporate a relative character into 7 and have them be like the big mastermind behind these past 3 movies, I'm down for it as long as they find a way to do it differently. Like they want to reveal the dad, Tara's dad, not Sam's dad. Sam's dad, but not Sam's dad, if that makes sense, because Billy's her dad. If they want to make it like that he's this crazy mastermind or something, pissed off that his wife slept with Billy Loomis and had Sam, thought that she was his daughter the whole time. There's a motive, there's a motive right there. It's different, it's different enough. So I can see that working. Maybe the guy, dude. Critical Overlord, me and you we gotta have a chat, because y'all are you're making the cogs in my brain work a little better. The fucking if Tara dies in this, right? Like let's say Tara dies here and Sam's left alive, right? Technically the only person that this theoretical dad character is related to now is Tara, and that person dies maybe at Sam's hand too. So that's an even bigger motive, even stronger motive. Holy crap. Ooh. I don't hate that. See, I don't hate that because of how you set it up in the previous 2 films. It doesn't feel like a sucker punch like Mrs. Loomis's motive. Okay. You know what? You got me on board the relative train. Critical Overlord saying 4 and 5 personally my favorite motives. I've never been impressed by other motives. It was just an aha that makes sense kind of thing, and it was still shocking. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the first 3 movies, it all kind of boils down to the same thing. It's always revenge, It's always just like, I'm getting revenge for this thing from the past. It's always like the same format. While yes, the details of it are different, but format pretty much the same in all 3 of the first movies. I like that 4 kind of takes a stance and is like, oh no, we're gonna do something different this time around. It's gonna be all about them nasty stab movies. Which I do like, and I think that's also part of the reason why the motives in the last 2 movies were like, they were still personal, but they were more about the movies, I guess. And I've seen a lot of people complain about Scream 5 doing that, and it's like, it was kind of similar to 4, but it was different. It was very different, in line with the stab movies again, but different enough in my opinion, so. Because it was more about like, we want to give Hollywood ideas for a movie, where Jill was like, no, I want to be this superstar involved with this, and maybe get my name out there in bright lights and all that. So it's different. I don't think that Richie wanted to be a star. I think he just wanted to give Hollywood better ideas. I don't think he had any interest in fame personally. Zoe Wolf was saying, I will say one thing I'm missing today in this trailer is Sheriff Judy. Me too. I miss I'm gonna miss Marley Shelton in this one. Maybe she comes back in flashbacks. They set up a lot with her past, Marley Shelton's past with Sam. So maybe we get a scene from Scream 4, a flashback. Maybe Judy Hicks saves the day somehow. I don't know. Listen, anything can happen in a Scream movie. I'm really hoping for flashbacks. As maybe corny or cheesy as that sounds to some people, I would love a flashback kind of explaining how Kirby survived all of that. Maybe Sam was involved somehow. I don't know. Let's do something crazy like that. It doesn't have to be a flashback even. It could be a conversation, but it might be kind of cool to show that. So here's hoping for something wild like that. If it serves the story, if it's just there for fan service, then I don't want it. But if it serves the story, yes. Ryan Baxter throwing $5 in there. Dude, I love your profile picture, man. That's great. What if the scene with Gale is a Ghostface trap? It's a trap. The shrine scene shows the group talking about trapping Ghostface. But what if it's really a trap for the survivors? Ooh. I like me some crazy twists, Ryan. I like that a whole lot, yes. That could be good. It looks like we're definitely getting something like that. Maybe the group has a plan to get all the ghost faces there somehow, and then when they get back there, it's like, oh shit, we done fucked up, Why did we do this? Something like that is absolutely possible, I think, where it's like they all try to get in there and like they try to get all the ghost faces. There's a bunch of them. Let's say they find that out halfway through the movie. They're all trapped in there and it's just like a fight to the death, essentially. That could be messed up, pretty bloody, pretty gory. We could have some like just insane kills back to back to back of ghost faces and also our survivors. So I'm not against that at all, Ryan. That could be something really sick. And to have it take place in a room with all of these relics of the past killings, like this would be like the craziest, the craziest third act of the whole franchise if they do something like that. Like, you want to talk about stepping it up? There you go, man. Ryan, I love it, man. Thanks for the $5. I really appreciate the support. David Screws is also throwing $2 in there. Love the sunglasses, saying, would it be badass to have like 10 ghost faces? I think that what we're going to get here is something like this, like a cult of ghost faces. Once again, totally a theory. I have literally not, I'm kind of basing this off of the trailer, I guess, a little bit, but I feel like it's going to be one central figure. You know, it's going to be, I feel like there's like one ghost face with a bunch of followers, if that makes sense. So it's going to be similar to like a Scream 3 situation, but like what if Roman had like all these lackeys that were like supporting him? So they're like kind of shittier ghost faces, you know, like we have our kind of crappy ghost face, but like Dermot Mulroney, for instance, he's like, let's just say hypothetically he is Ghostface in this. I'd imagine he's the just the one unstoppable one that's like insane. The rest of them are kind of just whatever ghost faces, you know, like your Charlies, your fuck, I'm trying to think. I guess Amber was pretty like a fucking machine in that last movie. Maybe Richie. Let's say Richie, your Charlies, those characters. They're not useless, you know, like they helped. But yeah, I don't know. I think Richie was definitely calling the shots in the last one, but Amber was doing all the work. She was doing the heavy lifting while Richie was just chilling back, putting his feet up, watching stab movies, eating his Pizza Hut, man. So that's my guess for this new movie, at least. I think it's going to be one big reveal with a bunch of side characters is how I see it happening. But who knows? I don't know. We'll find out March 10th. I can't wait. Love it. Thanks for the $2, David. I appreciate it. Yurdy G is here too. What's up, man? Saying, damn son, I'm feeling a Royal Rumble style Ghostface team on this one, which leads to a cliffhanger that incorporates a call to Sydney. Ooh. Man, I think that's exactly what we're getting here. I think it's going to be like a lot of our survivors, I think, are going to make it to this third act sequence, this third act fight sequence, but not a lot of them are getting out of there alive. I think it's definitely going to be one of those cliffhanger things where there's just a bunch of ghost faces. Our characters are fighting to the death, trying to take them all out, and then maybe one of them gets away. Maybe that leader character I was talking about a second ago, maybe the guy gets away for the next movie. Could be kind of crazy. And then, yes, end it with the Prescott household getting a call or something. They don't even need to do anything like that big to show you that. We don't even need a phone call with Sydney. All we need is a wide shot of Chicago. Show me a house, show me a fucking phone ringing, and that is all. You could leave it at that and just be like, what? Like, what was that? Oh my God. That would be insane. So I don't know. I'm for that, Yurdy. Hopefully they can get Nev back for another movie. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I don't think we've seen the last of Sidney Prescott. So we'll definitely see some more. Definitely see some more of her for sure. Charlie was fast as fuck. Yes, he was. Got away from those cops real quick after Olivia's death in 4. Am I right? Ugh, man. I really need a new mouse. Did anyone notice that in the shrine there is one Ghostface costume in a glass box and none of the other ones are? Ooh, spooky. So I think, well, just looking at this now, I'm seeing reflections and stuff. Maybe they are all in glass boxes. I actually can't, it kind of looks like those ones to the right. Oh no, okay, maybe I'm just crazy. Yeah, that one in the middle definitely looks like it's in a box. I can't really tell with the other ones actually. But you might have a point there. That's actually kind of spooky. Ooh. Why is that one so special? What's up with that? Is it because Stu is still alive? We're not getting down. We're not going down that rabbit hole. Leo is saying, what if one of the ghost faces survives and they don't reveal their identity? I think this would be really cool. But I also feel like how would we know they got away? Well, I mean, I guess it all depends. It all depends on how they set it up. They could do something like that. I don't know how they could do the cult thing without setting up like who this character is and doing a manhunt for them in the next movie. But if they don't do that, they could do something like this, I think. It would be tough. This is one of those things I'm not against though, because it would lead to like one of the craziest cliffhangers ever. So I think that would be really cool. And I feel like we're probably getting a 7, right? We're probably getting a Scream 7. So yeah, let's do something crazy like that. This is the only time I feel like they could do something like that in this movie too. This is the only movie where they could do a cliffhanger and then have it lead into another movie, because we're probably getting a 7. You can't do that in the last movie. You know, Radio Silence isn't going to do that and leave us on a cliffhanger forever for some other directors to come figure out later on. No, that would suck. But if they want to do a cliffhanger here and then resolve it in a theoretical 7 movie, not confirmed yet, but probably, I'm down for it. So don't just leave us on a cliffhanger. Don't do what Inside Job just did to us. Netflix. Netflix canceling good shows. Dang. Makes me a sad boy. Makes me a sad man. Ozone Hypes is saying, imagine a shot of a house, the phone rings and it's Mark Kincaid. Okay, they could do that. And Mark picks up the phone with a blurred Sydney playing with her kids in the background, cut to black. Yeah, just something like that. I mean, that would be enough. You know, that would be enough to tell us where the story is going. Something is so simple like that. You don't even need to show Sydney at all. Just like show that Mark's there. Mark's at the house and maybe she's out with the kids or something. You know, you can just write it like that. Just gets a phone call from a stranger. Ooh. What a simple and subtle cliffhanger that would be, but would just like, oh my God, I would need to see that. I would like have to kill to see the next movie. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Extron is saying, Jake, is all of the costumes and clothing from past characters stab stuff, or is it from the actual crime that this, that has happened in the franchise and they have it stored in a museum? I think it's the real killers. So there's 9 robes, we have 9 confirmed killers from the past movies, but also at the same time, there's 9 stab movies now. So, but I think we know that there's at least, we know that there's Billy, they're based off of the real event, so it should match up to be the same thing for at least like a couple of movies, but, there are 9 stab movies, so I feel like there would be more than 9 robes there. But I don't know. Maybe, because that's actually a good point. It could just represent one from each stab movie, but I really think that this is the real stuff, because we have like the robe, we have Tatum's costume, we have Jill's flannel like we were talking about. There's so many little Easter eggs in this one shot. I feel like this has got to be representing the real murders, because then we're just kind of we're just doing stab stuff again, and I've seen that already, you know? So that's just my thought, but that's a good point though, that we are playing with the whole stab 9 thing in this movie. That's going to be incorporated somehow. So that's food for thought there. Something to think about. If our killer's stab obsessed or real true crime obsessed. I'm really hoping towards true crime. I'm really hoping we're leaning towards that this time around. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, oh man, we got to get away from stab. We've always had some kind of involvement with the killers for like a while now in all the sequels. So let's try to get away from that if we can. Do something a little different. We've done it 4 times, you know. Let's try something else. I'm down for it. Oh, Damon's asking a great question here. How do you hope they incorporate the meta into 6? Well, so now I'm thinking about the whole true crime obsession thing, right? So that's going through my head. I feel like that's going to be the big takeaway from this. It's going to be less about horror movies, but more about like the content made from real life killings that's like kind of distasteful in a way. Like, and I feel like that's really relevant now. I'm not going to say, I'm not about to get all political and shit, but feel like if that's very relevant now, it might be a really interesting thing to cover in a new Scream movie. So I don't know. I think that could be kind of cool. Like, just like how we're always making shit about Jeffrey Dahmer, and it's like, that was a real thing that happened. I mean, we had people this past Halloween who dressed up as Jeffrey Dahmer. That's just so fucking, that's a little distasteful. You know what I mean? That's like very distasteful. So like, to play into that a little bit here, like having that true crime element to it would be really cool. Something I've always felt was underrated from these movies is like, Rosemary's even hitting on it here. A true crime obsession would be a cool theme for this movie. That's something that I feel like a lot of people gloss over when it comes to these movies. Like, On 5 different occasions now, 9 different serial killers have dressed up in the same costume and killed people. And 3 of those events happened in the same town. That's insane. Like, could you imagine if, like, real life killers, like, they all did something similar like that, where they all wore a certain costume and they all killed in a certain city? Like, that would be that would be the biggest thing in true crime ever, without a doubt. If something like that were to really happen. And in this universe, it's always played into like, oh, this is actually like a different version of reality, because you want to be able to relate to the characters. You want to be able to relate to characters who are also horror movie dorks. You know what I mean? And that's the whole point of this franchise. So that would be a really cool thing for them to play into, and kind of putting this magnifying glass on this very underrated aspect of this franchise, I think. Playing it into the motive, playing it into who the killer is. I really want that for this franchise because it's so different. They haven't explored that yet. That would be a lot of fun. How do you feel about the shrine? Dude, it's the... Oh my God. I love the monkey in your profile picture. That's awesome. I fucking love the shrine. It is awesome. Like, I'm losing my mind over this thing, man. This is the coolest set piece fucking ever. I will say I'm noticing some stab stuff. There's a fucking... one of those clapboard or whatever. There's a clapboard to the left. So I think there is some stab stuff, going back to what Extron was saying earlier. So yes, I do think that there will be some of that involved with the shrine, but it also feels like there's a lot of like true crime elements there. Like I really feel like a lot of those those robes are from the real killers. That sweater I feel like is really Stu's. Come on. Like that would be really cool if it was. So is Scream 7 coming? I hope so. No confirmation on that yet, but fingers crossed, I hope so. I feel like maybe a month after Scream 6 releases, I think we're going to have the answer to that, though. I'll tell you that. So in April, let's answer that question. Mastermind Killer Movies reviews is really liking The Shrine and really liking the trailer. Saying the best horror trailer ever. Can't wait for Scream 6. Yes. Tony is also saying anyone here thinks Stu will be in the movie. You know, Tony, I'm not ruling it out, but I really hope they don't do that. I'm not ruling it out. Not going to rule it out, but Kevin Williamson said he was dead, man. He's the guy that wrote the original movie and also 2 and 4. So I'm not going against the Mr. Scream himself, essentially. I'm not going to go against his word. And you know what? Listen, if he pulled the wool over my eyes and he tricks me into thinking that Stu is dead, cool. That's awesome. That'll be a great surprise. But I don't know. I don't think it's happening. It seems like that's the big focus of conversation, and it might not even happen. I don't know. It fascinates me. Fascinates me that that's such a big thing. I love Matthew Lillard, though. He's incredible. Love him in that first movie. Legion's throwing $5 out there. Thank you so much, Legion, for the support. I really appreciate it. Saying Ghostface says he's something else, something different this time. Ooh. What if it's not a person but an entity? So I don't know, man. I think I've always really enjoyed the fact that these movies were set in reality. I feel like that's why we can relate to some of these characters, because they're also horror movie fans. They know all the tropes. They know what's going on, you know? And now they're put into a similar situation and they still get attacked and a lot of them still die. That's what makes Ghostface, that's what gives him this edge. That gives him this really scary, disturbing edge, I think. That even though, you know, all these people know about horror movies, they know how to survive them, Ghostface knows all those things too, and will also find ways to kill you. So I don't know. To me personally, I think that's really just a fascinating like aspect to it. And when you introduce something like paranormal, something supernatural, I feel like you might ruin something like that. But I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't think it's another thing where I don't think it's impossible, but I would rather it not happen personally. I hope it is a real person. That's not to say I don't like supernatural and sci-fi stuff. Some of my favorite horror movies deal with that shit, but I don't know. I think it'll be a person. I think it'll be revealed to be somebody in the movie actually, but maybe, man, you never know. Keep the theories alive. Keep them coming. Pitch the wildest shit. I love it. I love it, Legion. Thanks for the $5, man. And thank you for being a Killjoy cult member. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Jake needs to be cast in Scream, the final chapter, out April 12th. Thank you. Thanks, man. I would do anything just to carry water around on the set for a Scream film. I like literally anything. I'll I'll literally just move the lights when they need to be moved. I don't care. I'll do anything. I'll do anything on the set. You don't even have to pay me, man. I'll just hang out. I'll just hang out, man. That's all that I need to do. That would be sick. Rosie Marie Virgo is saying, I think by something different, Ghostface means a cult collective, a group of them. It would be wild, though, because a herd of Ghostfaces would be absolutely unstoppable. Well, once again, I feel you there. Like if it's like 10 elite Ghostfaces coming after our characters, they're all dead without a doubt. They'll just John Wick our characters, and then there's no more story to tell. So I feel like it's going to be like one John Wickian style Ghostface. as ridiculous as that is, I kind of love it because it's insane. Just one figurehead crazy Ghostface while having a bunch of other side Ghostfaces who are kind of just like, brutes, henchmen, essentially, working for the big boss. Bunch of, like, if we're playing Doom, it's like those little guys that walk around, little zombies, and you got to shoot them. They're like one-hit kills, essentially. And then you get the big boss fight. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm thinking. That's how I'm thinking the setup's going to be. Because then otherwise, you're right. Then they're unstoppable. What's going to happen? This movie's going to be 20 minutes. Everyone's going to die. Yeah. That would, no, I agree. That would be insane. Omar Lopez throwing $5 in there. Thanks, man. Saying, yo, bro, this has nothing to do with Scream 6. That's okay. But I'm hyped as fuck. What? Hyped as fuck for the movie. I just wanted to know if you prep, grill, or line. Oh, you talking about Chipotle? Yeah. So I used to work at Chipotle. I did grill and line. I did not want to do prep. I'll tell you that. I did not want to do prep. I did grill and line while I worked at Chipotle. That's so funny that you bring that up. So yeah, I grilled, I did line, and it was fun for the most part. I don't know. To briefly elaborate on this, what I'll say is working line during the pandemic was a nightmare because people had to wear their masks to come into the store, and that was a nightmare some days. Let me tell you, people said the nastiest shit some of the nastiest shit I've ever heard said my way just because I asked someone to put a piece of cloth over their face. That was a little annoying. Let me tell you. I still remember some of the nasty shit I had people say just straight to my face because I asked them to do something so simple. So that was a little rough. I'll tell you that much. But grill was a lot of fun because I fortunately just got to flip chicken every fucking 5 minutes. So that was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed grill a lot. I did line like maybe my first 6 months working there, and then worked towards working at grill. But Chipotle is a fun place to work though, for the most part. So that's what I'll say. Omar, thanks for the $5, man. And thanks for the obscure question. I like it, man. Good shit. we hate adulting, dude, much less chatting about that. Yeah, I got you, Mayan. I got you. Yeah, adulting sucks. Adulting is not fun. That's why I'm a YouTuber. Fun fact. So there we go. Will Scream 6 be the scariest Scream? I think so. I feel like we have the potential to do something like that here. I don't know, me personally, I really love the Scream movies, and I also believe horror movies don't have to be the most terrifying thing you've ever seen to be horror movies. And that's kind of how I feel about the Scream franchise for the most part. I think it has some scary moments, but none of the movies like, oh god, I'm staying awake at night freaking out that Ghostface is going to jump out of my closet, So I've always wanted to feel that with Ghostface, and I think this could be the movie to do that. Just stepping it up a bit, making him someone who's like just unstoppable, fucking scary and shit. So I'm hoping to see that here with Ghostface this time around. That would be a really nice change of pace to add that kind of much scarier element to it. So I like it. I like it a lot. Legion throwing $5 out there again. Legion, I appreciate the support. Thank you. Saying, what if it's Jamie that's Ghostface going after the group, and I'm getting an Iron Man suit collection vibe from seeing all those Ghostface suits? Dude, at the end of this movie, if Nick Fury walks out and says, I want to initiate you into the Ghostface initiative, I'll, man, I don't know. Please no Marvel crossovers. But yeah, I definitely feel you there with the Iron Man suit, like in in like 2 and Iron Man's 2 and 3 or whatever, where you get to see like all the suits and at Tony Stark's place. That, yeah, no, I definitely get that vibe. I think we will have a Ghostface who kind of sees himself as like a hero and sees himself as like this god figure, which almost kind of plays into that. It plays into that really well, I think. So I definitely think we'll see that here. I would love to see Jamie. See, my thing about like Jamie is just your stereotypical Ghostface, essentially, but like to the 11th degree, you know, like I tried to make him even more pathetic. I tried to make him even more useless. But then also he's countered by like this crazy super powered Ghostface, devil Ghostface, you know? So I'm hoping to see less Jamies in this movie and more devil Ghostfaces, if that makes sense. But I love the idea of having another gross, disgusting Ghostface who's just so pathetic and so sad. I love it. I love it, Legion. I'll never get sick of that. I'll tell you that much. Thanks for the $5, man. I appreciate it. I love the red right hand reference too. Jake really appreciates that. Thank you. Mastermind Killer Movie Reviews throwing $5 in there too. Thanks for the support, dude. Saying Ghostface says, I am something different. Different is an answer in the crossword puzzle. Just saying. Oh, you're right. You are right about that. Thoughts on that? Well, you know, once again, I definitely feel like this is going to be just totally something different. This is going to be something we haven't seen before. In the way of, like, if it's a cult, if it's just a superior Ghostface, someone who's so fucking overpowered, essentially, that is going to make the other Ghostfaces look like they're just nothing. Like this guy, I want this guy to be like the best Ghostface. Like if he was put into an arena with all 9 of the other Ghostfaces, this person would like just murder all of them. You know, something along those lines would be insane. And I don't know why this is making me think of that, but talking about doing things differently. There's this twist in this movie from maybe like 10 years ago. I want to say it's called Devil. I've always loved the twist in this movie to have a dead character kind of come back. Like you thought they were dead. I guess they did that with Roman, but like this character dies early on in this movie Devil, like very early on, first like 20 minutes of the movie. And then they come back and are revealed to be the killer. You're not even thinking about them anymore. Like Roman is still fresh on your brain at the end of Scream 3. You know, you just saw the guy die, or you just saw him laying in the coffin or whatever, covered in blood, cherry sauce essentially. And then he comes back, he's the killer. Okay. Yes, it's been done before, but it's never happened where it was like someone early on dies. Like what if someone what if Samara Weaving, let's say, is the opening kill? And then it's like, oh wait, actually she's still alive. She was one of the killers, and the other person like faked a death in front of a bunch of cops or something just to get people talking about Ghostface again. That could be something kind of crazy I've always wanted to see explored too. So I don't know. I don't know why I went down that route, but you're talking about different things, and that came to mind. So fuck it. I love it, Mastermind Killer Movie Reviews. Thanks for the $5. I really appreciate it. Zombie Ghostface. Ooh. Yes, that's kind of what we're getting here, and I'm digging it. Skeps YT. I like it. I fucking love this mask too. Can I just say that? Like this mask looks so nasty and deteriorated, and I like it, man. Some scary stuff. This scene is gonna be insane with this very blurry picture of Sam and Tara. Oh, it's gonna be good. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be a good movie. Kristen Wood is throwing $10 out there. Thank you so much, Kristen. I appreciate the big support. Saying I recently came across your channel specifically for your Jeepers Creepers Reborn review, but as for Scream 6, I feel like well, I hope you liked it. I kind of just crapped on the movie the whole time. But as for Scream 6, I feel like Kirby is a little sus. What if she is the killer? I guess we'll find out. Ooh, Kristen, I'm not ruling this out at all. Like, there's got to be a reason why she came back. You know. There's got to be a reason, there's something to aid the story. I doubt they would just bring her back for fan service. I mean, maybe, you know, that's the easy route. That's low road, you know, and that's fine. That's something that's very common. But I'm just hoping they do something a little smarter than that. They can too. They can easily incorporate her back into the story and have her play some important role, or even have her be the killer. She's a totally different character this time around too. I'm not against it as long as they set it up well. Like, if they just randomly, you know, if they just randomly decide to throw Kirby in as the killer and there's no setup to it, yeah, I'll be a little disappointed. But if they set it up well and there's something suspicious about her the whole time, kind of player is, maybe she's just a red herring. You're like, okay, maybe it's just a misdirect. It's trying to take the focus off of who the real killer is. But then she ends up being the killer. I'm actually for it. I think that could work as long as her character has undergone a crazy change since the events of Scream 4. So if that happens, I'm here for it, and I think it could happen. So we'll just have to see, Kristen. There's a reason they didn't show us her in that teaser trailer we got like a month ago. So I don't know. I don't know why they didn't want us to see Kirby in that last teaser trailer we got all the way back in December. Feel like there might be a point to that. So we'll just have to see, Kristen. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed that review and the other content on this page too. Because just a reminder, it's not just a Scream page over here. I talk about other things. I do reviews on other weird horror movies. So check those out sometime too, guys. I don't know. I believe it or not, I do put effort into those. So I just a thought. Hey, check those out sometime. They're fun. I do little fun skits at the beginning of my reviews too. So maybe you're into that, but maybe not. I don't know. So, Night Owl is saying, how could someone have collected all the evidence without help of the police? Ooh, there is something there for sure. That would certainly explain that, my friend. That would certainly explain that if Dermot was involved. Dermot's looking real sus in this movie. Every time I see a picture of him, he's just looking not so happy. I mean, look at this guy. That's the face of a cold-blooded killer right there. That's the face of someone who is either very determined to catch a Ghostface killer or is the Ghostface killer. I guess that wasn't as suspenseful as I thought it was. But hey, man, it would be kind of cool if they made the cops the killers this time. It's always been something they've hinted at in the past. Let's actualize that here. Let's see what that looks like for once. So who knows? Who knows, man? Noah Hines is throwing $5 in there too, saying, what if Ghostface turns out like to be a good guy? Maybe they're peer pressured into killing, but in the end, maybe they save the day, kind of redeeming themselves a little bit. Ooh, this is something I've always like played around with in my head, where it's like maybe like there's like this leader character, right? This leader Ghostface guy who's in charge. You're Billy's, you're Richie's, you're Romans, you're Mrs. Loomis, you're Jill's. These characters, this guy's bad. Like, this dude's bad, let's say, in this movie. Let's hypothetically. But then the sidekick character, kind of like Stu, peer pressured into it, but then at the last minute decides maybe, hey, fuck this guy. I'm going to kill him before he kills our final girl and kind of saves the day. And then what happens after that? Do they still convict him? Or does the final girl just be like, oh no, just one Ghostface killer this time, the guy gets off scot-free? That could be a really interesting morality thing to play around with that I'm totally not against either. That would be such like a, oh my God, they let him go? Like, and we could debate that all day about if he should have got off scot-free or not. Think about how crazy of a debate that would be, talking about the both sides of that. He did save a bunch of people, but he also helped kill a bunch of these people too. So it's like, I don't know how I feel about this character. So that would be a really interesting moral debate. Noah, I kind of love something like that getting revealed at the end. Yes, and yes. Thanks for the $5. I appreciate it. And Kristen coming in with another $10. Holy crap, Kristen, you're the MVP of this stream. I appreciate it. Thank you. Kristen is saying, as for the killer and Gail, I really hope she gets her vengeance and respect and love for Dewey. I do too. Also, your view for Jeepers Creepers Reborn was iconic. Jeepers Creepers Reborn deserved it. It kind of did. It kind of did. Man, who films an outside scene in a graveyard against a green screen? Like, is Tommy Wiseau directing this movie? What the hell's going on with that? I don't know, man. That was one of the most whack sequels I have ever seen in my life. I don't know what the fuck went wrong with that. Such a shame. Such a shame. Kristen, thanks for the $10. But let's talk about this for a second here. Will Gail get her vengeance and kind of will she get over Dewey essentially in this movie, like being able to move on from it now that he's dead? I hope so. Gail, talking about conflict of morality, Gail started off as an awful character. Let's be honest. Like, not like written poorly. I'm not talking like that. I'm talking she's just an awful human being in that first movie. She is so fame obsessed. She does not care about what kind of implications her book has on the real people affected by all this shit. She doesn't. She's like, I'll send you a copy, you know, and then Sydney rightfully punches her in the face. I think it's pretty awesome how now she started there and now she's come into this really wonderful character. It's in my opinion, my favorite arc of all three of the mainstay legacy characters, Sydney, Dewey, Gale. She's the best written in my opinion. So yes, I really think that, I really think that would be cool to see her kind of get that and have that emotional overcoming, if that makes sense, in this movie. I absolutely agree with that, Kristen. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I dig that a lot. Thanks for the $10. Thanks for the $10 again, Kristen. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Ghostface is saying, Jake, can you make a full up-to-date Scream lore video in preparation for the movie? So, oh my God, I just saw your profile picture. That's that's like almost more disturbing than the actual Ghostface mask. Man, that's some scary shit right there. So, you know, Ghostface, I'm thinking about when Scream 6 comes out, I might do like a video that's like the entire story thus far, including 6. So it kind of because like there's already videos of what you're exactly saying. But if I was to get out a video where it's like, oh, here's the entire timeline so far right after 6 comes out, I think that could almost be a little more valuable, essentially. So I'm thinking about doing something like that after it comes out. My second channel, Movie Smoothie, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm real quickly just gonna plug this. We'll get back to the Scream stuff, I promise. Oh God, I know. Oh God, he's gonna plug something gross. Okay, 2 seconds. 2 seconds of your time. Jeez. I'm doing this other channel, Movie Smoothie, right now, and I'm so close to being monetized. Please subscribe if you want. I don't know if you're into cartoons and shit. I talk about that over there. I've been doing like more video essay style stuff over there, and it's been getting a lot of views. So I'm thinking maybe I start doing video essays once I'm done covering a lot of the movies I'm covering right now, focusing on some of the franchises I love, especially if there's not a Scream 7. Like, you know, we got 200 people in this live stream right now. I understand that that's a big focus of my channel. So I'm never going to stop making Scream content, even if there's not a new movie. But I think I might start putting my focus more into like video essays about the Scream franchise, opposed to like updates if there's nothing to do updates on. So this is a really good point, Ghostface, and trust me, it is something I have considered. So don't worry, there will still be Scream content on here. I'm well aware that got to keep doing that. I love it. And there's so much to talk about Scream-wise, too. Like, I love doing the updates on the new movies, but I'm also really excited to start diving deeper into some of the old movies, too. Some underexplored aspects of some of these other movies that I would love to do entire long videos on. So in the future, I will absolutely do that at some point. I do want to start getting, like, I don't want to get away from the whole news thing essentially, but I want to keep doing news updates here, but I do also want to start doing a little more of the video essays. Like I just did one on, what did I just do? I just did one on Halloween Ends that I was really proud of. It got like 1,000 views. I was like, okay, hey, pretty cool. So check it out. Check that one out too. So yes, we'll get back to the Scream stuff. I'm sorry. Dude, where do you find time to work on 2 channels? I don't know, man. That's what I earned these bags under my eyes, man. Let's just say that. Did anyone else think it sounded like Sydney at the 107 mark, the voice who says this isn't like any other Ghostface? I want her to be in this movie, Ellie. I want her to be in this movie so bad. And you know, if they decided to do like a crazy ass twist where she's in it somehow, that would be awesome. I don't think she's gonna be in it though. With everything she said about the studio and all that, man, I don't think it's happening. But hey, fingers crossed though. Fingers crossed. Jaguar Rose is throwing $10 in there. Thanks for the support. I appreciate that. I'm so psyched about the trailer. I watched it 5 times in a row and loved it a little more each time. Me too. Catching your live stream on my lunch break. Love your content. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Jaguar. I appreciate that. Thank you. I fucking loved the trailer too. I know some people are coming in. Just to give you, like, once again, just to give you my thoughts on it again. I fucking loved it. Like, it's a great trailer. It doesn't give too much away. It gives us some hints at where some of the deaths are going to be, which I'm sure some people aren't very happy about, but I'm pumped. I think it was great. It did what a trailer needed to do without giving us too much. Not a Blumhouse trailer here, which I appreciate. So, I don't know, man. I was very happy with it. I thought it was sick. Gave me just enough to tease some of the things happening, but didn't show us anything too crazy. Some blurred gore in the background in the bodega scene. But that was really about it. It wasn't like too crazy. Didn't spoil too much about what's going to happen And I really appreciate that about the new film. I think it's going to be awesome. Trailer was kick-ass. This is going to be one of the better Scream sequels without a doubt in my mind. So I can't wait. Jaguar Rose, thank you again for the $10. I'm so glad you liked the trailer. So glad you're digging it. So love it. I know this is not Scream related, but have you seen the first episode of The Last of Us? I have not yet. I will probably do I'll probably do a big video on the whole first season when it all comes out. I simply don't have time to cover every episode when it comes out. I'm already I'm covering so much right now. It's a lot. But I will do a big review video on that when the whole first season is out. I really want to watch it. I played the first game. I've been so busy the past 4 years or so. I never had time to play the second one, but I do want to play it eventually. I love the first game though. Like one of my all-time favorite video games. Killer. I'm going to watch it all at some point, but Jake's been busy, Jimmy. Jake's been a busy guy. So eventually I will watch that. I'm excited. Who is Sam speaking to when she says, let's finish this? Is it the end of the film for Scream 6? I think so. She has that knife in her hand or whatever, pointing it at somebody. I feel like the reason we didn't get to see the other side of that is because it is whoever is Ghostface. And you'll notice that it's just her there with something playing in the background. She's covered in blood. Thinking a lot of people are going to die in this movie. And it's going to come down to Sam versus this last Ghostface. I really think it's going to come down to that. And that would just be so epic. I don't see everybody dying. As crazy as that would be, I actually kind of don't hate that. But I do think it's going to be like just final showdown between Sam and whoever this killer is. And they're just going to have this fucking battle. It's going to be nuts. So that's what I'm guessing, Davey. I think it's going to be whoever the killer is unmasked at this point. So yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Stephen Palmer is saying, so glad to hear Roger Jackson's voice again. Me too. Me too, let me tell you. Oh my God. His voice is incredible. And listen, not to say that any of the movies he had like a bad vocal performance. He did. I think all of them are great. But in 5 and now here, like it's just so good. It's so scary, so well done. I loved his vocal performance in 5, especially. It's so well done. Hello, Samantha. Like there's just something about the way he the way he shapes his like syllables and all that. It's just hits a little harder. Hits a little harder. Really scary the way he does it. I really like it. I really enjoy his voice acting. Can't wait to hear more of it here in 6. Got a little taste of it in the trailer, but not the full thing. So love it. Kristen Wood throwing $5 in there again. Kristen, again, thank you so much for your support. I really means a lot. Saying, can we also take a moment to just appreciate how aggressive this Ghostface is? Yes. The blood is going to be spilled and hearts are going to stop. Yes. Ugh. I love it. This is what I've been wanting this specifically from a Scream movie for so long, and I think we're finally getting that. I can't tell you how excited I am. I can't even tell you. Like watching this trailer this morning, I'm like, this is it. This is what I've been wanting from this franchise for so long, and I think we're finally getting it here. Yes. Oh my God. I'm so like I can't wait. I can't wait for this movie. I was already anticipating it pretty highly, but now it's moving all the way up to number 1 at this point for me. I think it's like my number 1 most anticipated movie now. I'm so fucking excited. It's gonna be great. Aggressive Ghostface running around slicing throats and shit. No more funny business. This Ghostface is not here to play. Oh, messed up. Family Adventure Days is saying, Jake, Gail on the phone to Ghostface says 10 guys before you tried this, but there's only 9 killers from the first 5 films. Ooh, that's a really good point. That's maybe leaning into some Angelina theories there, you know? Something to think about. Maybe we confirm that in this. Maybe we soft confirm that in this movie. How insane would that be? Angelina's still running around somewhere. Maybe she gets arrested all these years later. Maybe that's why the FBI's involved, because it's like, oh shit, this case that's been closed for years is reopened now, you know, and it actually runs deeper than we think, you know. There's many people involved with. Ooh, that would be a cool way to introduce the cult idea. Because like, you know, the other thing is like maybe we don't know there's a cult in this movie unless you have a scene with like 100 ghosts. You know, that's an exaggeration, obviously, but you'd have to have a scene with like 2 or more ghost faces to assume that it's a cult. So to introduce that idea kind of like midway through the movie with like an Angelina reveal or something, and she gets killed, and it's like, wait a minute, she was this character from all the way back when? We thought she was dead. you know, but oh no, there's more. That could be crazy. That actually could be something that could be kind of nuts if they do something like that, bringing back a character like we said. So who knows? Family Adventure Days, anything is possible in these crazy ass movies, and I love it. I love it, man. What else we got here? Roger Jackson is awesome because he can sound a little different in each film, meaning his vocals go well with whoever the killers are. Yeah, I also feel like he shapes the way he talks based off of who the killers are. Like that phone call at the very beginning of Scream 5, it almost feels like Richie doing the voice. You know what I mean? Like I watched it back last night, and I was thinking about that in the opening scene. I'm like, it almost sounds like, knowing this is supposed to be Richie on the phone, it's like, man, it almost does kind of sound like Jack Quaid's like inflection, his intonation as like when he speaks. So I think that's kind of cool. I think I kind of like the way that he does that. It's very smart. It's very well done. I don't know. His vocal performance is always great. Mayanne is saying the reveal will be different. It will tickle all the pickles, Jake. Yes. You know I'm a fan of. I can't say that. Yeah, I could say my shit, my fuck, and all that, but I feel like if I say something relating to pickles, that's where YouTube draws the line. But yes, and yes. I think it will absolutely be different, and it will tickle Jake's pickle. So yes, and yes. This movie's gonna kick ass. I can't say that enough. I know I just keep saying that, but I saw everything I wanted to see in the trailer. I think that's my big takeaway from this. I was like, man, this was such a big, this was such a big, like, this was everything I wanted. I was expecting to see like some elements of like, okay, there's a few things that's cool that they revealed this, that, whatever. But I'm just glad that they're doing just everything I want to see with the franchise. I've never been more satisfied with, I don't know. I've just never been more satisfied with the trailer in so long. Killer stuff. So excited to see what they do with this movie. It's going to be awesome. Ty is saying Gail could have just been exaggerating when she said the 10-person that try. Okay, so someone's pointing out that, where did I just saw that somewhere. Someone pointed out, did she say you're like the 10th person to try this or whatever? Okay, whatever. So yeah, that's close enough. But who knows? I still wouldn't rule out the whole Angelina thing. Like, that was something that Wes really wanted to see happen in the franchise. To have her be the killer. I think, at least, kind of a lot of allusions to that in the movie. She's like so much more than a red herring, and it also just doesn't make sense for Roman to be doing all that on his own. Like, I think there's one point in the third act where it's like the guy had to have teleported to be in the two places he was. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm not against it. I don't think they'll do anything with it, but you never know. You never know. This franchise likes to dig up corpses from the past and bring them back a lot. So literally and figuratively. Great trailer. Don't need Sydney. Lots happening. Gail gets phone call and Ghostface gets a shotgun. What's your favorite scary movie? Yes. Good stuff. Kyle Brandon is here saying, what's up, Jake? You think the beginning and ending will be in the theater? I don't. So I think the ending will absolutely take place in that shrine of Ghostface, which technically is a theater. Yes, it looks like it's going to be that theater we saw in those set pictures. Looks much darker. Like, you don't really see the reds or anything, which is really cool. I like how they did that. At the beginning of the movie, I really think is going to be in like that alleyway. I don't think it's going to start there, but we have that shot of Samara Weaving in the trailer, and she's got like the phone on, you know, she's talking to somebody on the phone. She's in this back alleyway. And we also got this picture, which I'm like, I've heard some rumors that this is from the opening scene, kind of matches that same, kind of matches the same location as what we got in that same sequence with Samara Weaving. So I don't know where it's going to start, but I'd imagine she's not already on the phone with Ghostface when we start the movie. So we'll just have to see, Kyle. I'm so excited to see where this one goes, though. Oh man, it's going to be good. Legion throwing $5 out there. Thank you so much. Saying, instead of Roger L. Jackson doing the voice, I want to hear Morgan Freeman say the lines. He's got a great voice, man. Listen, hey, you know, if anyone else is going to do it besides Roger, I mean, there you go, man. Guy's got an incredible voice. I'm not going to try to imitate it because I can't. But yes, and yes to Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman Ghostface. That's hilarious. Legion, thanks for the $5, man. That's so funny. I love it. Roger's so great though, man. Like, you know, I love the guy that does it in the TV show. He does a really good job at it too. But man, the way Roger does it, it's uncanny. It's so scary sounding. I love it. So super creepy the way he does it. It's just unmatched, you know? He's the only guy that I think can do it, but it's always good stuff. I'm going to come up with every theory possible, so one of them has to be right. This has been my approach, hilariously enough. Sam and her boyfriend are the killers. She frames him after he dies and becomes the first killer to get away. Yeah, you know, that would be pretty insane, too. I love the idea of if they want to reinvent the whole boyfriend character being the killer. Again, it's typically the love interest in these movies, and if they were to find a new way to do that, I would really appreciate it. I'll tell you that much. Just to find a new way to do like something so similar, something we're already so familiar with. I'm not against that, Rosemarie. I like that. Personally, I think that this may be one of the best, at least in my rankings. Yeah, Kyle, I agree. I think this is going to be up there for me too. I think this might be my second favorite Scream movie. Just based off of what I've seen already, I'm like, these are all things I've been wanting to see in a Scream movie that I've never seen before. So yeah, okay, let's do it. Kyle, I'm right there with you, man. 6 is going at number 2, baby. I think 6 is going at number 2. That's early predictions, you know, so. Manga Maniac is saying, hey, Jake, what if the video playing on the screen at the end is footage of Sam killing someone in a Ghostface costume, maybe from the 5th movie, and they are trying to prove it? Like it's a big conspiracy that maybe Sam was also one of the killers in the last one. This killer this time around is trying to prove that and bring justice to something that doesn't really need justice. That's a great motive too, man. I'm not against that at all. That is fucking insane. That would be so wild to have both characters think they're the protagonist when really not, you know, the one, not really. So, because Sam was totally innocent. So I think that would be insane. That would be some really good shit if they did something like that. You look like you need a blunt. When don't I? Kate is saying could be a cult though. What if that's Kirby's intro? She kills one to save Sam. That could be, what a great reintroduction to the franchise. Kirby stopping a ghost face. Holy shit, that would be nuts. I'm totally down for that. Yeah. Oh yeah, Cade. Dolphins Forever is saying, I feel like the killer is going to be someone from a previous movie. You know, they've technically never done that. So if they want to play into that a little bit, I'm into it. Got to write it well though. Got to write it well. Ava is saying, do you think it's possible Stu could be the killer? I don't know, but did it ever really show Stu actually dying? So here's my thing, Ava. My stance on it is just like, I feel like that's in the past. I love Matthew Lillard. He's incredible, like seriously an amazing actor. I love him in everything he does. But I don't know. I just don't think him coming back would be as great as what everyone thinks it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be one of those things where people are ultimately going to be disappointed by it for the most part. But it would be cool to see Matthew Lillard back. Like, I love him, and he's going to be in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie as possibly a villain. So, like, there's that. You know, we're going to get another great villain performance from him. I don't know if it would work, you know? I would love it to. You know, if they did like a true requel that like erases all the sequels or something, it's just a sequel to the original movie, then I could see it working. With so much time passing in this franchise, I don't know if it would work now in a movie today. But I love Matthew Lillard. He's incredible. I would love to see him in more things. I just feel like his time with Scream is done. But you never know. You never know. They might do something like that. I think it's Guy Busick, who's like a really big fan of Stu Macher. So I think he said that before in interviews, if I'm remembering correctly. So maybe there's people who like Stu, man. A lot of people who like Stu behind the scenes. So you never know. Footage on the wall appeared to be a prison type staircase. So I was like, I'm looking at it again. Let's throw that up again real quick. Where is it? Sam with the, okay. Yeah. So we get this, and it kind of looks, if you look at like the bottom left of that footage that they're showing, it kind of looks like shelves there. Like, it looks like blurred out shelves with something on them. I'm almost imagining that this is like footage from the earlier scene at the bodega where Ghostface is running around with a shotgun, which has me kind of thinking that maybe they filmed some of the murders and like from in the same movie, and now they're playing it back on the screen. Like, cause they have let's say they have a whole cult, you know? And maybe they're like stitching together a bunch of footage of the murders throughout this movie in real time, like as it's happening, bringing it back to this little Ghostface cave shrine, whatever, and then like playing it on the big screen while everyone fights the survivors, which would be fucking nuts if they decided to set up something like that. I don't know, man. I'm so into something like that. That would be insane. Rosemarie Virgo is saying Lillard coming back would be good for about 5 minutes until you start to think about how it's not really possible. Yeah, like it would be great for like watching it, you know, be like, oh my God, Matthew Lillard, Stu's back. This is awesome. And then when you walk out of the theater, I feel like half of the people that just saw that would be like, that doesn't really make sense though, does it? You know, that's how I feel. They're also, the way they're marketing this movie doesn't come off as, well, I don't know. Nerdbox I just realized Nerdbox is literally saying that same thing. All the Stu hints by the studio seems like Spider-Man No Way Home all over again. I don't know, man. I feel like it doesn't. Like there are little things they're playing with the fans a little bit, like very, very subtly playing with the fans with the Stu stuff. Like where is it? Where's the damn dot? You've seen it. You've seen probably everybody talk about it, including myself. The damn pink dot over Stu's thing there. Is he dead? Do people think he's dead? You know, there's also the thing from the last movie too. Let's pull that up as well. Is Stu Macher still alive? At the very bottom there. Oh, I gotta hang on. Did the real Stu Macher survive? What is going on with that? I don't know. If they bring him back, they got to do a lot of explaining. Like, I'm gonna need a 15-minute little short film within this movie about how Stu came back if they do something like that. So, I don't know, man. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I love Matthew Lillard. You know, he's fucking awesome. Huge part of my childhood. Scooby-Doo kicks ass, dude. Those Scooby-Doo live-action movies are phenomenal. So, I love the guy. It's kind of a catch-22 for me. It's like, I don't really... Both routes kind of suck for different reasons, but one's a little more probable, I guess. Hannah's saying, I don't think Stu is back at all, but when we talk about this, I just have the voice of Matthew saying in an interview, I didn't die, dude. I will throw a TV on my face right now to prove it. And, like, this to me is a common thing, like, saying, like, well, Matthew doesn't believe he's dead. Yeah, well, Matthew's not writing Scream 6. You know, I think he's just saying this to mess with us because he thinks it's funny. And of course he does, you know? Of course, like if a bunch of people every day went online and said that one of your characters in a movie isn't dead, of course you're going to play into that. Like, that's so funny. That's phenomenal. I love that. Michael Mins has been a member for 1 month. Thank you so much, Michael. Saying, you see all the old clothing, Stu's robe, and that. Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of Stu-isms in this. For sure, like without a doubt, we're seeing a lot of remnants of him in this movie, and I do feel like all of the killers are gonna have a presence in this movie. And I'm not saying they're all gonna come back to life. It's not what I'm saying. It's more so the idea that their actions are all going to be reflected in this movie, and all their mistakes I feel like are going to be something that the killer learns from and knows not to do this time around. So we're kind of dealing with the most dangerous Ghostface for that reason. Because this guy has studied all the past killers, maybe this dude, girl, whoever it is just obsessed with the Stab movie, so fascinated by it. I could see that being the case this time around, and that would make for such a special movie, I think, to have a killer just go past them, like just not make the same mistakes as any of the killers from the past. That would be so tough to beat that character this time around, and it might make for one of the best ghost faces in the entire franchise. So I'm so excited for that. That's really what I'm looking for from this. I really want it to be just something messed up, something like we just haven't seen before, something even darker and grittier than any other Scream movie has ever dared to be. Suck My Toes 123 is saying something I just remembered is that the cast knew who the killer was since the beginning of filming. What if it's a returning character like someone from Five Cream? A few people have said that, and I'm not against it. I don't know who it could be. So like Tara, everybody gets attacked. You know what I mean? Everyone gets attacked by Richie and Amber, and you're telling me now someone who got attacked by a Ghostface in the last movie is going to turn out to be Ghostface in this one. That's hard to believe, especially with not too much time passing. Like with Kirby, it's a little different, right? Because like it's been 10 plus years since the events of the last movie. I could see Kirby having a fucked up change of heart in that time. A lot of time has passed, a lot of time to deal with that trauma and maybe deal with it in a very unhealthy way. In an obsessive kind of way, could turn Kirby into an evil character this time around. Once again, no confirmation that's happening, but it could happen. I just don't know if any of our core 4 characters will turn evil, especially because like all of them got attacked by Ghostface last time. They're all dealing with that trauma still. I don't know. You could write that to work too. I mean, it's essentially the same thing as Kirby. The only difference is that more time has passed. But I don't know. It's a weird spot for me. If they do end up doing that, I'm gonna need a good motive from them for sure. Like Kirby, there's a blatant, obvious one. You know what I mean? I feel like it would make sense. She's an FBI agent this time around too. She has a lot of powers that this Ghostface clearly has some kind of access to evidence somehow. The cops, all those characters are very suspicious to me. I'm going to be very sus of Kirby and Dermot Mulroney until the end. Nerdbox is saying Tony's shirt translated the movie Four Flies on Grey Velvet, which is about who accidentally kills a man and is then tormented by someone who witnessed the event. There is your theory. Ooh. So someone thinking that Sam killed somebody. And then there's apparently these conspiracy theorists maybe who claimed to have saw Sam be one of the killers. That's actually kind of fucked up. I really like that. That could play into that a little bit. Wow, that's a really good catch, man. Shit. That's fascinating. We'll have to talk about that at some point. That's some crazy stuff there. Justin's here. What's up, man? How's it going? This trailer was really good, but it gave away a bit much for me. For me, I'm still at a loss for what the motive is, and I'm still at a loss for who the killers could be. I have like 3 ideas for motives that could all work with the trailer we just saw. And I'm also very suspicious of multiple characters. Like I haven't narrowed it down to just one person who I know could be a killer. So that to me, I'm happy with. I think there was some kills that are like, yeah, pretty obvious that this is where this is going. The ladder scene, I think, is definitely going to end a certain way. Like you can't tell me they're doing that and someone's not going to fall off of that thing. Like, come on. And also another thing about that scene I noticed is that when Mindy's on the ladder, so you're thinking, oh, maybe Mindy falls off. Mindy's going to make it through that. And Devin Nakata, who is behind her on the other side of the building where they're currently fleeing, is the only one left standing there. So something tells me she's going to go last and Ghostface is going to show up and do that with the ladder. So that's just my thoughts. What a cool kill that would make for too. That would be so messed up. Just my thoughts on that scene. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen, but we'll just have to see. Jake could be wrong. Who knows? I still think there is a secret killer in 5. I just don't, once again, I need a good explanation. Why did let's say it's Chad. Why did he get killed then? Almost, like in an inch of his life. Why would one of the other killers do that? Was there a betrayal that happened behind the scenes? I don't know. I would need to see a flashback if something like that is going to happen. I'm not against it, but it just needs to be explained. You can't just randomly be like, oh yes, Chad is also the killer now, or Mindy, or Tara, or Sam is a killer too somehow. I would need some kind of explanation, I think. So that's my only thing with that. Would be tough to write. I hope they don't just throw it in there, Hope they don't just throw it in there to throw it in there. All right, everybody. Well, old Jake here has been flapping his gum for 2 hours and 8 minutes, so Jake's gonna peace out. But it has been a effing blast talking Scream 6 theories with you. Holy crap, what a kick-ass trailer. So happy with it. So excited for this movie. less than 2 months away. Holy crap. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. It's going to be a long February. I will tell you that, getting there, but I can't wait to see this thing. Opening night, baby. Hell yeah. We'll of course be talking more Scream updates throughout this month and throughout February, going into March, where we will finally see this bad boy. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said earlier, please subscribe to Movie Smoothie. I'm only like 30 subscribers away from being monetized over there, so please subscribe to that page if you can. It would really help Jake out. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's check out Scream 6 here in a month and a half or so. All the love to you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Thanks for all the support too. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.